being made fun of. And the reason is because when I was young, no one ever made fun of me. No one ever fucked with me. No one ever looked at me like, yeah, we want to bully that guy. We want to fuck with that guy. That never happened.
But ass. Again!
What is good, Dad? How are we doing today? Welcome to another show. About to get it going today, chat. Listen, today's show is going to be like, how did I miss this? Oh my goodness. Like, how did we miss this? Because we didn't actually think that first of all, the Tariq and Myron debate, we didn't think it was going to happen initially, chat. Okay, I'm not going to hold y'all. I'm not, because, Myron maybe is scary, maybe not scary. Maybe Myron has the gumption to debate. Maybe he didn't, right? At the time, we didn't know. It was just them talking shit back and forth from each other. It is what the hell it is, right? But then ultimately, the thing that we didn't expect happened. Okay, and what ended up happening was, Myron and ended up pulling up on Tariq during the show, and then they went and had an impromptu debate, or whatever you want to call it, right? So essentially, that happened, and then Fresh and Fit, particularly Myron, got himself buried. Yeah, it turned out they didn't know anything that they were talking about. See, again, it come to find out they don't understand the difference when they talk about, cultural speaking black, just being black, not actually speaking culturally black, but just culturally being black versus skin deep being black. Okay, so again, what you guys got to understand about the Fresh and Fit crowd is they don't understand the difference. Just because you're black from Africa or from Somalia or Sudan or Ethiopia, whatever it is, just because you're black and your skin looks black, it doesn't actually mean that you're black, okay? It doesn't mean that. And what it means doesn't mean I'm getting complicated here, but it's not what I'm saying, okay? It doesn't mean that you're not black. You're black in skin color, but you don't understand Black American culture, because Black American culture is extremely unique. It's the same thing for people who are in the UK, right? Shout out to Queen Riches. How you doing? The black folks in UK, they is similar. Okay, it's a UK culture. It's completely different from what's happening in the US, right? Same thing with blacks in Canada, right? The blacks in, I was gonna say Canada. What the fuck? The fuck? Is that a thing? Canada? Is that somebody let me know in chat? I don't know why that popped in my head, but Canada, right? You got black folks in Canada, all right? It's a little bit different than the culture here in America, because everybody know the culture here in America has a unique and quite tragic history, you know, that hasn't been resolved or addressed since. Okay, so it's completely different. Black and white, day and night, whatever you want to call it, is different, right? So Myron, essentially, he's thinking, well, listen, as someone who has a black skin tone, yeah, I'm allowed to do and say racist shit. Hell, I'm allowed to give other racists the N-word passes on my platform, right? That's what Myron says, because I share the same skin tone, right? But then when Myron doesn't understand is, yeah, you share the same skin tone, but the fact that you're allowing known racists to come on your platform and say the N-word, or you even got like guys like Zerka, pedos coming out here dumping the N-words or giving this random pass, it just shows that you may be black, but it just goes skin deep. You don't actually understand the culture and the negative connotations behind what you're doing. You're letting Nick Fuentes drop the N-bomb. You're letting Zerka just drop the N-bomb and then turn around and say, no, of course I care about black people. I mean, of course, yeah. They don't get it, chat. They don't get it. So that's the thing. So finally they had this debate. Myron got his ass kicked because he doesn't understand that concept that, bro, you're just culturally, you're not there. You're just not there. You don't understand what's going on. You think your skin tone is going to take you all the way, but, you know, all skin folk ain't kin folk. I mean, it's what it is, right? So then after that ass whooping, Myron kind of felt like he lost something. Chad, I'm not going to hold you. Myron felt like he lost something. You know how he gets. You know how he gets when he loses things. Again! We ain't seen that kind of energy since this Myron, okay? Since this Myron and when he was going around doing them kissing days, okay? Listen. He decided he needed his get back, okay? He had to get his get back. All right, so he formulated his get back gang crew, okay? And this get back gang crew was made up of two individuals, well, maybe just one other individual, Andrew Wilson. Why bring another white guy into a debate about black folks on black issues against other black guys who are debating you? I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. But Andrew Wilson seemed like the obvious choice in the corner for the Get Back Gang crew for Myron, right? So he decides to holler at the Tariq Nasheed on Twitter, say, I want that run that shit back, dog. Run back that play. Run back that play, Tariq. Okay, I wasn't ready. No, I wasn't ready. Right? So Tariq was like, listen, bro, listen, Blair, listen. All right, the first one's free. like an old school coke dealer, right? The first one's on the house, bro. The second one, well, listen, you gotta pay. You gotta pay market price, dog. I mean, this is what it is. I can't give you friends and family discount no more, right? So Tariq essentially was saying, hey, bro, you gotta pay me this time. First time, listen, I don't even know how it happened, but it happened, okay? And you got your ass whooped. Now you're crying, talking about, well, let's make it worthwhile. Me and Andrew Wilson versus you and Dr. Umar Johnson. And by the way, that's not even fair because Dr. Umar Johnson is facing his own scandal right now because unlike Tariq Nasheed, Dr. Umar Johnson is like Tariq Nasheed, but with a lot more emotion, all right? But he lies a lot and doesn't get shit done. So he's got a bunch of scandals against him right now because it's been years we've been talking about this school and nothing. At least Tariq follows up on his promises with the movies and certain projects that he's announced. He actually came through, and shout out to him for doing it. But like when you go to Umar, it's just like, bruh, where's the school? Like, we tired. We tired of this. We honestly tired, Umar. Like, yeah, we rock with you. And you are a very impassionate speaker. Like, brother, you got it. But we got it. Hey, they gave you millions of dollars. They gave you millions of dollars. You can't tell me that just vanished out of thin air and we have nothing to show for it after years upon years of promise. So here's what I think that Myron was going after. If they decided to use Tariq, because not Tariq, we call Umar Johnson, they decided to have that partnership. It was a chance for them to sway that debate and try to personally attack Umar Johnson based off these scandals he's running through. Because black folks didn't forget the main people, Dr. Umar Johnson, it seems like he's scamming right now of the black folks because they gave him money and they're the ones holding him accountable right now. That's why this shit is constantly resurfing almost every other year. People are like calling up not Tariq, Umar, and say, hey, bro, hey, what's happening with the school? Like, what's going on, brother? So I don't even think that's fair. And Tariq, being a G he is like, listen, bro, I don't even need to partner up with nobody. You can bring on your mans. It could be you. It could be Andrew, whatever the fuck is you want to bring on. Bring him on, okay? But here's the thing. You gotta pay me, player. You gotta pay to play the game, right? So Myron, a cheap ass, ain't willing to pay the money. He didn't want to do it. That is what it is, right? So he kind of dropped it, and that's the least we heard about it, right, chat? We haven't heard about it since then. However, we have a noble unsung hero here, apparently, who's been doing the best he can to make sure this debate happens, okay? He needs to make sure it is happening, and it happens when it happens. And it's no, chat, before you get the idea, it's not that this noble gentleman wants to make some money. No, it's not about that at all. Hold up, where my bling bling at? We got to do the bling, right? It's not that he wants to make some money, cha-ching, right? No, it's because, he wants to do it out of the goodness of his heart. Right? He wants to do it out of the goodness of his heart. Not only that, but he thinks it'll be great for the YouTube community. And matter of fact, he thinks it's going to be so great for the YouTube community, he's about to put up 100% of his own money. Right? And y'all might be thinking, Duke, whoa, somebody cares this much and has that deep of a bag that is willing to host the debate with Myron and Tariq Nasheed, but not only host the debate, he's actively putting in the work right now, reaching out to Tariq, all right? And he's reaching out to Myron. He actually heard back from Myron on this issue, and we're actually going to go over Myron's response, which I find absolutely hilarious, by the way, chat. Hold up. We haven't to start the show. I ain't trying to laugh yet. Bro, but we going to get to Myron's response. Hold up. I gotta hold it together, chat. Hold up. All right. So here it is. So Myron actually responded to this nigga, which was interesting, right? But then he reaches out to Tariq Nasheed and he goes over that in his show, right? He breaks all that down. Matter of fact, what this guy is here to do is to make an example and show you what and how a businessman behaves when he's putting together a business deal. Okay, and this individual is obviously the biggest technologist of our era. Oh yeah, that's right. This person has started multiple apps. Don't forget the one like Fletch app over here with all these three idiots over here hanging out together. Yeah, and he's also interviewed with the greats like the late and great Kevin Samuels. He's ran up to them randomly on the street, okay, at their hotels, right? And he's also showed up to random influencers' houses in completely different countries, thousands of miles away, okay? And he showed up with cards, chocolates, okay? So it just shows you how sensitive and soft this nigga is. A real sweet dude, real fucking sweet, okay? And this guy is no other than a couch pattern suit cutting up wearing ass motherfucker, all right, that he cut up his grandmama's curtains, Sus Marquaad. Yes, that's right, folks. Sus Marquaad is taking on the mantle for all of us, okay? This clout-hungry butt muncher wants to... Oh, did I say clout-hungry? I'm sorry. No, he's not doing this for clout. This has nothing to do with clout whatsoever. No, nothing to do with clout, chat. Okay, he's doing this purely out of the goodness of his heart. Yes, it's not about making money. Matter of fact, he's putting his own money up, which makes the video we about to play very interesting. It's gonna be a long one, folks, chat. So it's been a minute since we've done a long live stream. So please, if you got your drinks ready, get your drinks. Okay, it's gonna be crazy. Okay, I know y'all got done from a hard days of work. Some of y'all in different time zones are probably still working. Okay, if you are, put some headbuds in and enjoy the laugh. Okay, if you aren't working and you're at home, kick your feet up, relax, grab yourself a drink, because we're about to go over this goddamn mess we call Saint the Sinner, basically trying to host the next debate between Tariq Nasheed and Myron Gaines. Now, again, my thoughts on this are this. Okay, I think it's noble of you, noble with quotation marks, because at the end of the day, when you guys listen to this and his reasoning for wanting to host this debate and then Myron's response to this, okay, you'll figure out real quickly what this nigga is on. You will know real quick the vibes this nigga is on, okay? Because when it comes to Sus Marquaad, there's no goodness of heart. We don't even know if there's a heart there. We don't know what good is there in any of that thing that bald-headed nigga got going on. We don't know, okay? We have no clue. But what we do understand is this here scenario presents itself as an opportunity for Sus Marquaad to get a temporary boost in subs, but not only that, in views, and then also possibly, quite possibly, cashing in on the potential Tariq Nasheed debate. Now, the reason why I think, honestly, this probably wouldn't happen is for one thing, Sus Marquaad isn't considering the fact that, yeah, you're a greedy nigga. Yeah, we know that. But Myron is also greedy too. They're also greedy. And guess what? Whatever y'all two decide on, you still got to pay Tariq to make it happen, right? And I want y'all to listen to this as how Sus Marquaad tries to paint himself, okay? And you let me know if at any point in time, okay, let's just say Tariq Nasheed decided to say, you know what, fine, yeah, sure, we'll do your little debate, whatever. What time, whatever. Right? Do you think this would be a fair, even match if he takes the deal Sus Marquaad was initially putting on the table? Because the way I saw it as, listen, bro, if you couldn't see that Myron is not the A side in this whole debacle, you lost, okay? That just means you're biased. You've already lost, and you've disqualified yourself as a neutral moderator for any debate coming down the pipeline. And honestly, Sus Marquaad, come on. Let's just pull your weird couch pattern weird ass back up here. Okay, let's just pull it back up here. After the bullshit you pulled with Destiny, after the bullshit you pulled with MLD, who was fresh and fit, they're still fresh and fit and Rollo's best friend right now. You pulled some snakish shit. Do you honestly think someone like Tariq Nasheed is going to look at you and say, yeah, this guy, yeah, I know him. Yeah, he's such a positive guy. Yeah, I can trust he can stay neutral throughout the whole debate. You think that's the vibe that Tariq is going to get from watching your previous bullshit that you've been on? Let's just be real, Sus. All right, I get it. Hey, shout out to you for the clout move, but we here. It's not happening. It's not happening at all. So, chat, before we get right into it, okay, don't forget to sponsor the show. And the best way to sponsor the show is by smashing that like button. That's all we want. That's all we care about, right? Listen, we don't care about the views. We don't care about the subs. We don't care about most other things. Literally, it's just the likes, because the likes shows that you guys care, like enough y'all who are watching this show to care, spend time with us, and to just give us that little boost in the algorithm. And as long as we have that little boost in the algorithm, that's really all it's just gonna do to help support this channel. That's all we really need, really. That's what most of these platforms need. But instead, they're out here crying. I got canceled. You too. So don't forget, be a show sponsor. I appreciate y'all being here, and hit that like button, because it's gonna be a long one, child. I'm not gonna hold y'all. It's gonna be tough. So the first video we're gonna get into is Sus Marquaad talking about the whole nature of this entire deal, right? And why he's doing this, the whole reasoning for it, and the lesson plan to be had. Now, chat, honestly, on the surface of all of this, I don't think, like, it's funny enough as it is, right? But there's one other thing you guys need to focus on with this as we go along with this video, because it starts to prove that maybe Sus Marquaad is actually running a cult, like a legitimate cult over there in his platform. I don't know what the fuck y'all assassins, y'all assassin fans are doing over there. All right, I don't know what y'all are doing over there, but listening to this nigga talk, I am 110% convinced he is running a cult. Like, honestly. And I want y'all to listen to the verbiage, because out of all this funny bullshit we're going to get through, because I found it hilarious, listen to what he says, especially when he brings up the super chats. I want y'all to really pay attention. This nigga is for real running a cult personality atmosphere out there. And, like, honestly, some of his rhetoric borderlines religion. Like, it's like he's competing with, like, Islam and Christianity. And I'm just like, hey, yo. But I don't want to spoil too much for it for you guys. Let's go ahead and get it with the first one.
deal. So a little bit on the background of why I've spoken to that. But firstly, I'll tell you guys what my initial idea was in terms of how to organize this. Number one, venue would be hosted at Assassin headquarters. The logic for that is, number one, it's obviously proximate for Tariq. He's just over in California, Los Angeles is my understanding. But more importantly, it would be neutral territory. So it wouldn't be in Miami at F&F. It wouldn't be in Los Angeles with Tariq. It would be neutral territory. That's number one. And number two, a primary concern is always safety when you have parties that are, have enmity between them. And safety is something that I can assure. Meaning that we have a security apparatus that's extremely well trained and thorough that'll be there on the premises to make sure that everyone's safety is guaranteed.
Honestly, bro, think about it. Look at this nigga. No chat. Look at this. With this band-aid on the chin wearing ass nigga. Look, who trusts this man with their protection? Nigga saying security guaranteed. Would you guarantee your security with this nigga's protection? Let's just be honest here. Look at him. What are you protecting, nigga? That little band-aid on your chin? What are you protecting? All right? Who actually believes this guy is going to protect you? So right off the bat, he's saying, okay, listen. In order for this debate to happen, all right, here's what's going to need to go on, all right? It's got to be in a neutral place, okay? And honestly, we favor that because, we choose a location, that I'm suggesting, security is going to be guaranteed. Actually, you ain't got to worry about a thing, bruh. Just stop.
From the time that they arrive in the airport, we'll transport them to Assassin HQ. We will walk them back to the car. We will drive them back to the airport or the hotels, and we will make sure that they're cared for every step of the way. There will be no escalation of anything beyond verbal intercourse during the debate. And so that's something that we can provide for.
Verbal intercourse? What is that? What's a verbal? Hey, I didn't. So Tariq and Myron are gonna involve themselves in some verbal intercourse. Is that an actual thing? Hold up. I have never heard that before. Hold up. Why are we having intercourse with verbal words? Hold up. No, that's not a thing. There's a bunch of lyrics for something called verbal intercourse, but I don't think verbal intercourse is an actual thing. Hey, yo, Saint, what you thinking about, bro? What you thinking about, Saint? What you thinking about intercourse between two niggas?
No one has an advantage in terms of venue. So there's the objectivity there. There's the safety that's covered, and then most importantly, space. When I look at something like this, this guy's funny. When I look at something like this, I think that we can do something bigger than what is typical with these internet-style debates. Debates, especially ones that have meaningful topics like this, need to be attended, and we need to start styling them in the way that we would style a football game or a basketball game. And so I was going to bring in live audience. Assassin HQ is probably the biggest studio that you would see. I'm assuming there's this one platform I won't name because they invite Skittle guzzlers onto their platform, and I don't respect that, especially when the leader of this platform claims to be a Christian. Like, he's such a hardcore Christian, but he always got Skittle guzzlers on his platform. Me, I don't profess any religion. You hear me? It's just ism, assassin or nothing. But
who is he talking about? Is he talking about Andrew Wilson? Who is he talking about?
I think that's the only YouTuber that I know has a bigger studio than I have, YouTube studio. And so what the size of my studio would allow is for us to have these guys there debating, to have our security there. We probably have at least 10 people in our security detail, and then have at least 20 people that can attend live in person and watch the debate and engage it in a real live, tactile fashion. So I want there to be able to be people watching live, and of course we can live stream it or pre-record, depends on what the combatants, if you will, would like to do.
So he's basically saying, all right, so we got to host this debate, okay? This Tariq debate's got to be in a neutral platform. And this neutral platform has got to consist of, a place that, that's neutral. How about my place? I got a studio that's neutral. You choose me. All right. And not only do you get, a nice spacious studio to sit up to 20 people, and oh my goodness, we got the security apparatus that could take out a would-be threat. But okay, and remember, I'm trying to just do this out of goodness of my heart, right? But we could live stream it. We could, those 20 people are going to be there. We can charge tickets prices and get ticket sales, and let me just talk about all these other ways I can monetize potentially of this potential debate if it happens, while also putting myself at the center of it with my instruments and my studios. Bruh, we know what this is. Like, say this, we know exactly what you're planning, bro. you want to be at the center of this. It's fine, okay? I get it. It's okay. You want to get that little boost in views and clout. Let's see if Myron goes for it, okay? I think it's a great idea, right? If you're willing to host it, why? I think it's a fantastic idea. Can you pull it off, Mr. Master Negotiator? We about to find out.
We probably do a live stream, a premium live stream, and then of course you could purchase it in the aftermath as well. And with this idea, I was going to put up all of the cash. A good friend of mine who I grew up with called me and he said, "Hey, Tariq Nasheed, he's a big Tariq fan, huge fan of Tariq's. He said, "Hey, Tariq Nasheed said that he needs some cash to go up against your boy." I said, "You know what? I think that this conversation needs to be had because I heard the initial one as you guys not reacted to it."
Bro, shut the fuck up. I hate it. Bro, I can't stand it. You can tell he lying off the bat. He talking about, oh, yeah, see, listen, somebody told me that Tariq is looking for money to go ahead and debate this nigga. So, I mean, and this guy that told me was a big Tariq fan. So, I'm like, all right, fine. I'm going to just take it upon myself. Nigga, that didn't happen. It was all over Twitter. Myron responded to it, and you saw their post. No third party who's a super fan of Tariq saw the post and then hit you up about it. Stop the cap, bro. Why are we doing this, Saint? Honestly, why do you do this? See, I hate it when these podcasters, they do this like 6 degree of separation bullshit where they talk about, oh yeah, I heard it from somebody else that made it to my attention that this is happening right now. Bro, you were stalking. Let's just be honest, okay? Just like you found out where that nigga Andrew Tate lived, okay? You stalked them posts. It was all over Twitter. It was viral. Hell, we reacted to it, okay? He wanted around too. It was no secret. Tariq wanted some money from it. So you acting like somebody else just fed you that information, like you got spies in the street somewhere. Stop the cap, okay? Like, I'm getting fed up with this shit, Chad. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, why do they do that? There's no confidential informant.
There are too many voices, some of which were belligerent and deeply racist, and others were just foolish and sophomore sneako, and just interrupting the two voices that we really wanted to hear. We really wanted to hear Myron and Tariq go head to head, and we didn't get that because of the multitude of interruptions. So I said, I'm going to put this on because this is worth my time. I think this is culturally important, and I'll put up the cash for it too. And this is something that has uncertain returns. I don't trust that I would recoup the cash, but I think it'd be worth being a part of this event, being at the helm of it. And the two important people I'm not one of the two important people. It's not me. It's Tariq and it's Myron as far as this conversation goes.
But you just wanted to be at the helm of it, right? Listen, he's doing it for the culture. How many of y'all brothers and sisters think that this nigga over here represents as a culture? You let me know, because he's doing this debate for you, right? This guy that conveniently hides behind black folks when it's convenient, right? Yeah, when he doesn't need it. Oh yeah, black people, y'all gotta pick yourself up by the bootstraps. Okay, y'all need this. But then when red, white, and blue pulls up behind him, okay, all of a sudden he's like, hey, they just ain't never seen a black man in the Maybach. Yeah, that's why they pulled me over. I'm a black man in a Maybach. That's why they got me. It wasn't because I was drunk and got the blicky in the seat. No, it's because they say they saw a brother in a Maybach, and these racist white cops in Vegas, they couldn't just fathom a black man driving a Maybach. Yeah, that was him. You remember y'all how he conveniently hid behind him being black? He found his blackness the moment the cops pulled him over. Y'all remember that? That's him. Who believes he's doing this debate? Tariq versus Myron Games. Who believes he's doing this shit for the culture right now? Who believes this ninja? Ain't nobody believe you. You're not representing no culture. We still trying to figure that out, bro. I think it's the rainbow culture you represent more than anything else. Listen, I'm just saying, you can't tell me somebody who goes out there and puts a video up doing
butt ass
does not belong in the rainbow community. That's all I got to say about that, my nigga.
Facilitate it so that the conversation is done in a productive, meaningful way. And so I said, I got a good amount of cash that I'm willing to basically burn, in as much as I don't think it's going to come back, right? Like, I don't think I'm going to recoup the cash on the event. So I messaged Myron and Tariq. I'll talk about Tariq first because he didn't respond. So that's a shorter story. So I just DM'd Tariq on Instagram. I said, how much cash do you need for the one-on-one versus Myron? I wish I'd have put debate because I don't want him to think I'm trying to set up a fight. This is not something I would do. That's just silly. But I meant debate. And then I went into his space on Twitter and verbally told him, hey, just DM me a figure, just DM me a number, and I'm gonna put this deal together. I didn't say DM me the lowest number. I didn't say let's negotiate a number. I said just tell me the number and I will put this together. So I'm willing to put the cash up for on both sides, and I'll talk about the Myron side in a second. And this is not something to where it's like, I'm going to cheap out. No, it's like, look, whatever the price is, tell me what the price is. We'll get it done. I know what the price can be within reason, right? This is a YouTube situation. I have a sense of what people can make on a stream like this, and I'm willing to pay it upfront in cash, and we can negotiate other things, right?
Bro, okay. Bro, I get it. And I start to get weirded out when you start unusually focusing on the cash that you're spending. Because to me, it seems like, honestly, if you haven't picked it up yet, he's subtly trying to flex, bro. That's what it is. He's trying to minutia this whole situation where not only he can finesse it coming out at being a guy who hosts a big debate between Tariq Nasheed and Myron Gaines, right, on his platform, but it's a chance for him to get revenue and more clout and what do you call it? Not recognition. It's you can call it accolades or respect or whatever it is. So people around the space can pay you the respects for hosting this debate, right? But then he's now just diving in onto like the money. Like, hey, listen, I don't care about the money. Really, it's not about the money for me. And listen, I DM'd Tariq. I said, listen, I heard you were looking for money. Just give me an amount, right? And notice, guys, I'm telling him I didn't ask for a top tier amount. I didn't cap it at all. Just to let you know, I got it like that. You ain't even got a cap it. Just tell me. And then you already know. I know the price of how all this could potentially cost me, but I'm willing to pay it up front. Because I'm trying to let you know I'm a baller if you can't catch the hint. I'm a baller shot caller. Hey, by the way, Assassins fans, tuition just went up. Yeah, that's right. If I'm taking care of this, well, guess what? We got to share the wealth, right? We got to share the cost too, right? If we got to share the wealth, we got to share the cost. It's just how it has to happen, okay? Tuition just went up, all right? If you ain't paying more than $50, all right, I'm not reading your damn super chat, and you get an F for the month, all right? Hey, listen, you Sasson fans, hold up. Y'all Sasson fans, y'all tuition just went up. Like, what you honestly think we believe this nigga, right? The two things. He either he knows this debate's not gonna happen, right? So he's just setting us up, right? Just to flex and at least be the guy to say, hey, I was willing to put up the money. I was willing to reach out and host it. So the very least, you could take me as a big money spender, mediator type of guy, right? And then on the other hand, it's just, okay, if it does succeed, and let's say Myron goes for it, but then we know Tariq is probably not going to go for it. We don't know, right? We don't know if it's going to happen in a way that, say, Marquaad wants it. But if it does happen, right, now all of a sudden, Saint does actually get those accolades. Not saying that he's going to pay for it, but he's going to transfer those costs to the fans because he doesn't have that upfront money. I'm telling y'all right now, this nigga don't got that money. We are going to expose this multiple times. He does not have that money. I guarantee you, any of y'all Sasson fans, y'all want to break the programming, ask him how much his net worth is. Like, to give a specific dollar amount. And not only that, he also got to give the source of it, right? Anything other than Sasson Corporation, the one that YouTube is a partnership of, right? Hey, listen, I just gotta say, if y'all want to know the truth, ask him that, because he's been avoiding them questions for a long time, bro. But he want to come online talking about I'm a big money spender. I got the money. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I'll pay for it. You got the bread. You don't got the bread. Stop. You about to go crazy out here.
So that's what I did. I sent Tariq an Instagram. I did not get a response from him. I hope that we do get a response. And I spoke to him verbally on Twitter, and I told him to DM me a figure. I did not get a message back from him. But you all need to help and make that happen, because I'm going to put this deal together. Myron's already 100% in, and I'm going to talk about the conversation that I had with Myron. I'm going to go message for message. Right now, I'll give you guys a little bit of time to support the work. If you'd like to hear this private exchange and also learn the thinking of a real businessman, someone who knows how to be successful, someone who can put the deal together. I'm not thinking I can put the deal together. I know I can put the deal together. It's easy work.
That's what he said. I know I can put the deal together. You are learning from not only the world's greatest technologist of our era, okay? You are learning from the world's greatest negotiator of our era. I can't explain to you what an NFT means, but I can get you deals on the board. Guaranteed, right? Okay, buddy, it's been 3 weeks. Yeah, we waited. Yeah, I saw this video, and I gave you time. You can't say a nigga wasn't fair, all right? You can't say this was a video you did 3 weeks ago. Ain't still no deal. Because I looked and I said, maybe he can't explain what an NFT is. Maybe he doesn't know what an NFT is. But if he's looking at us saying that he can put a deal together and he knows it, let's give him time. Yeah, 3 weeks, nigga. We still don't got a deal. But you just said you know you can put a deal together, and you're using this experience as a teaching moment so other young men who are assassin cult followers, right? They can learn how to be business negotiators, experts like you, right? Nigga, it's been 3 weeks. What's happening? What's happening? Matter of fact, as we go along through this video, you'll start to realize, yeah, this debate not happening. Matter of fact, this whole stream may have just been a cash grab for views. This nigga probably knew. He probably already knew he didn't have it in him to make the debate happen. And if some of y'all were smart and you were listening, you probably actually got a hint of that clue, because he said that before I paused the video. He said to his fans to go reach out to Tariq to let him know he's reaching out to Tariq. I thought you were an expert negotiator. You're already friends with Myron, so you should be at that level where you can connect and network with people to get contact info for Tariq Nasheed. You claim to be up at that level, right? I'm sorry. So Marquaad, shouldn't you at least have a valid method of contacting him? Shouldn't you? I mean, it's 6 degrees of separation here. You should know somebody that can get you in touch with it. I mean, fuck's sakes, you know Fresh and Fit. You can get in contact with Myron. So talk to people, talk to Fresh, talk to people around Fresh. But you have to rely on your fans to go do the legwork for you. And you expect us to believe you're the guy to get the deal done? Okay. So if you believe that lie, I got a bridge in France to sell you. You're going to get a real good deal on it, guaranteed, bro. It's going to be great, all right? The best bridge you ever crossed in your life. Trust me, okay? Like you would trust Sus Marquard's words over here, okay? And then speaking of Sus Marquard, he then goes on, I shit you not, he then goes on to compare himself to Donald Trump, right? He's basically saying, hey, listen, bro, I'm basically the black Donald Trump. Y'all gonna learn today. Y'all gonna learn how to put a deal on the table today. I'm the black Donald Trump. All right. Not only am I the technologist of our era, don't know what an NFT is, I'm also a deal maker like our boy Donnie Trump. Okay, listen, many men out here, bro. So, chat, watch this, and you tell me how pathetic this Joker is.
Know-how, business savvy, confidence, communication skills, negotiation, and deal making. This is essentially why Donald Trump became what he became. Donald Trump is essentially a real estate developer, but his ability to make deals is what put him on top as a media personality, as a true celebrity, as an icon. And this is what you're about to come to understand. There's a lot of people who have been better developers than Trump. They've had superior architects, better design, made more money in real estate, but he's the most famous one, and he also became one of the wealthiest. And there's a reason for that. These things are not by accident. May I acknowledge Arizona supporting the work. I also acknowledge the noble one, right? It's mega respect for your efforts, sir. I appreciate that. A lot of people are so silly, they don't know what to respect in this world. You hear me? I'm actually increasingly shocked every time I go online. I see what common people think. I'm like, whoa, I don't remember the world being that down bad. Shout out to Winsley supporting work now. So acknowledge Walton. He writes Art of the Deal by Marquaad Burton in a real way. And you got to know, I know how to move and shake if I hug. So I messaged Myron on Friday night, my time here in Europe. And I say to him the following verbatim: how much money you need to do the one-on-one debate with Tariq? I'm gonna repeat that. How much money you need to do the 1-versus-1 debate with Tariq? Now, the question is, well, why did I say it like that? Why didn't I say hi or how are you or I was wondering and all this other stuff? Well, number one, we're dealing with money here. We're dealing with straightforward personalities. We're dealing with businessmen, and the requirements have already been stated. So logically, yeah, indeed, if you haven't subscribed, do. If you haven't hit the like button, that's the least you could do. So one, in terms of the best in communication, you should get my communications course if you haven't gotten it. I am the best public speaker in the world. And we also talk about more than public speaking. We talk about body language interpretation, interpersonal communication, communication within romantic environment, all kinds of things that are.
At this point, I started to realize, yeah, maybe this wasn't about a debate, or at least genuinely hosting a debate between Tariq, Nasheed, and Myron Gaines. Maybe this was just a shilling project where he just goes on and shills the various programs he's actually selling. Because again, we were telling you this whole time, it's all Sasson. Okay, the only company he's got is Sasson. That's the only thing he's got. Okay, because he needs the YouTube to transfer fans to go ahead and buy these courses, and it's all under the Sasson banner. That's it. All right, ain't no multi-million-dollar deals or whatever the fuck he claims to do. It's all it. That's why he's sitting there. Hey, go. Hey, buy my course. I'm an interpersonal communication guy. Yeah, me. Yeah. You buy my course, you're learning from the best, okay? I'm the best negotiator. I'm like Donald Trump, all right? The very best. You're not going to get anything better than that, okay? Just hit me up and play, please. I'm broke. This YouTube shit is hard, bro. It's hard. I need y'all to start buying them courses. Tuition is going up. It's going up. Hey, these guys, bro, they're hucksters. That's what you can start to see the mentality between this whole thing. They're hucksters, bro. So go ahead and buy the course, okay? Because apparently 3 weeks later, we still don't have a deal. But this guy is the biggest deal maker out there. So let's see what Myron has to say about his offering that's on the table right now.
Very useful every day. But anyways, the reason I said how much money you need to do the one-on-one debate with Tariq, I didn't say hi, how are you? In business communication, you want to be brief and direct. You also want to assess the personality you're talking to. Myron's a direct person. I'm a direct person. We have a friendship and a relationship, so there's no need for the BS. And we're talking business, which is money. And the reason it's certainly a situation of money is because Tariq has already made it a situation of money, because he said and I didn't even hear this direct. I heard it from my friend whom I trust 100%. And he said Tariq needed money. I said, okay.
Stop the freaking cap. You saw that shit on Twitter. Tariq made it public. I heard it from my friend. I didn't hear. I wasn't seeing his Twitter. I didn't see it. All right. And I definitely didn't see Myron's response to Tariq on Twitter. All right. No. I heard it from a third party. I'm so important that I don't even focus on these YouTube shit. Buy my merch, by the way. I got an interpersonal communication class going on, so make sure you sign up for that. But I was so far removed for this. A third party had to make me aware that Tariq Nasheed wanted some money. Yeah, he just wanted some money, guys. I'm like, I'm safe, baby. I got some money. So, Tariq, what's up? Like, bro, stop the cat. You see how they do this shit? No, you knew. It was all over. Like, Tariq made it public. You saw it. You had to be sleeping under a rock at that point, or stupid to not see it. So which one is it? Are you stupid, or were you not as attentive as you claim to be and was sleeping under a rock, Saint? Which one is it, bro? Because you can't be both. Or maybe you can't be stupid and live under a rock. I don't know, bro. How did you get that Band-Aid on your chin?
Cool. Well, then ask Tariq, how much money do you need? And then I turn around and ask Myron, how much money do you need? Why? Because it's fair. I'm putting up all the cash anyways, right? So if I'm willing to cash out Tariq, then it wouldn't make sense for me to turn around to my friend and say, hey, I expect you to do it for free. Now, this is something you might observe in certain low-class persons. They try to get their friends to do things for free. That's not love. You know, if your friend is selling a product, buy the product, pay for it, pay full price. If they offer a discount, no, pay full price. It's your friend. Help them with their business, right? So honorable men, we do business. We're businessmen. We're leaders. So I'm offering Tariq cash money.
I don't know. I'm a businessman. I'm honorable. I do friends and family discount. Strangers pay the market rate. I don't know about y'all, but friends and family discount. I have a set price for friends and family, okay? And then we just give them that price, and then, regular clients get regular price. It's what you do, right? And then you get the referrals from your friends and family, and then you charge them regular price because it's for the referrals at the end of the day. Just like, what the fuck? Like, listen, yeah, if your buddy really wants to, yeah, he could pay the regular price, but, like, you're my bro, dog. The fact that you even supporting me, my business, means a lot to me. Let me help you out for show me that support, because we know we live in a day and age where friends ain't even real. Real friends that claim they're real, they're the fakest one on the planet. So if you're willing to show you and invest in me by giving me your money, let me help you out by giving you a discount. I give friends discount. I give my family members discount, bro. You'd be a clown not to do that.
Even though if you're dealing with a friend, often friends will do things for free. They'll do you a solid. it's best to not use favors when you can. So I got money, I'll use money. So I say, hey, how much money do you need for the one-on-one debate with Tariq? Also, I often remind you guys in business, urgency, and also in relationships and life in general, urgency is an indicator of if the deal is going to get done. So these are all things that you can assess. Can someone, I think if you go to the homepage for this particular channel, you can become a member. And if we get 90 more members in 15 days, I'll do something for the members, something mean.
Look how bad he's shilling. He's just every other minute, buy my course, buy my membership, pay tuition. Like these guys, they claim they don't need your money, but they're begging for it every other second.
So that's what I said to him. Now, if he didn't reply at all, or if he replied very slowly, then we would know he's not in. He's not interested. There's no oomph here. There's not enough emotion to get the deal done. Shout out to Mr. Morency, comes in by Venmo. He writes, why are you telling your audience they are wrong because of how they react to your guest? Let me go ahead and pull this full message up. He says, why are you telling your audience? First off, it's not my audience. I don't have an audience. I have the saints. These are members. These are people that rock with the values. The members are the ones who sign up they sign on to the ism. They're about it. But I don't have an audience. I'm not a celebrity. I'm a humble spiritual teacher and businessman. That's it. So
the fuck does that mean? Huh? I don't have an audience. I have saints. I'm not an influencer. I'm a humble spiritual leader. What does he mean by that? Are y'all picking up what he's throwing down? Are y'all picking up the hint here? Because I listen. I don't know about y'all, chat, but I listen to what people say. And this nigga is sounding like a goddamn a fucking Jonestown right now waiting to happen. I don't know about y'all. That's what it sounds like. What you mean you a spiritual leader? Who gave you spiritual authority, nigga? Huh? Who blessed you with that authority? What are we talking about? Who talks like that? What the nigga? You on YouTube? You on YouTube? Like that's like me coming up here saying I don't have fans. No fans. Get that out of here. No, I'm just a humble spiritual leader that happen to have a bunch of Duke warriors. Yeah, that's what it is. That's just a bunch of Duke warriors. I don't know what it is, but I'm just a spiritual leader, bro. Listen, you gonna have to grab me and put me in a room with nice soft walls and a straitjacket, okay? Because I start talking like I'm a spiritual leader, I'm off my goddamn rocker. This guy sounds crazy. It's just, again, this is what, like, I was watching this. I'm like, it wasn't even for what he was saying about setting up the fight. It's like the little shit like this. Like I was paying attention to, like, huh? Is this nigga for real a cult leader? Like, what is he talking about?
Say your audience, these are just people watching me live. Some of these people consider themselves fans. Some of them are random people. Some of them hate my guts and they're just completely thrown off mentally. I don't have an audience. He writes, why are you telling your audience they are wrong because of how they reacted to your guests? I'm not saying they're wrong. And you should have a period right there. He writes, when you told Brandon you would have disrespected the woman on the FNF podcast because, I think you have a typo here, but I think you meant to write because of her lifestyle. So first off, number one, I appreciate it, and I know English might not be your first language. There's people around the world watching the content. In as much as possible, I encourage everyone, take your time when you're writing, especially if I have to read out what you're saying. Just
bro, of course, when you don't have a response to the answer, just go ahead and insult their grammar. Be a grammar Nazi. That's what it is. It's so easy. Yeah, you know what? Before you even... How dare you accuse me for clapping back at my audience for criticizing me? Okay, well, before you even get to accuse me, you need to make sure that you get your grammar not right, okay? Because someone like me, I have to read your comments. And me reading your comments, you got to make sure your grammar's right. So I get it. You're probably, English may not be your first language, but you see that passive, subtle, aggressive shit that he does, right? It's like, bro, what are we doing? Like, just answer the question. Why are you going at your fans for criticizing you? Like, what's up? What's up? And it's like a legitimate criticism too, right? Why you going at them? Why you got to insult the fact that his grammar's not nice? Y'all sending in chats. Y'all put in comments, and I have to read. Sometimes y'all grammars are awful, right? But I still read it, and sometimes I get what y'all are trying to say, and I read that, right? Unless you're just being a clown, like it's no point, right? But it is what it is. Okay, so when you start going at the way they wrote it, even though you understood what they wrote, you just try to be petty, bro. You know exactly what you're doing, say.
Try to use capital letters, periods, and punctuation. It makes it easier for me to understand you. And I just want to honor your question. So number one, this is why I'm glad you asked me, because there's so much to teach. And I think I offer true value here because people lack social skills. Common sense does not exist. And there's, in some cases, people come from low cultures. And so please, I hope everyone listens closely to my answer because it's very rational and fairly simple. So you write, why are you telling your audience that they are wrong? I didn't tell my audience they're wrong. I indicated that it is foolish to try to chastise someone who is a dancer, telling them, and someone who, mind you, no longer dances, and telling them that you're a bad person for what you did in the past. What does that gain you? What does that gain you? It gains.
No. So for you guys who don't understand what this super chat or that comment was getting at, so Saint recently had an interview with a woman, and a lot of his audience, some of them, they kind of woke up a little bit, like, wait a minute. Why isn't Saint being a total dickhead to this woman, right? Because he was being super respectful, not being the usual dickhead. You'll see him on Fresh and Fit and all these other platforms where they try to be like alpha dogs, woof, woof, right? They got to do the alpha shit, right? No, it wasn't any of that at all. Essentially, he was on that interview. It was cordial. He was laughing. It almost seemed like, it was good, right? But a section of Saint fans were like, why is this guy being all sweet to this chick? Hey, he's supposed to be alpha. You supposed to be alpha. Why you being nice to her, bro? Like, what's going on? Like, you're supposed to be screaming at her. You're supposed to be attacking her. She's telling you she's all this and that, all these red flags. You were supposed to go at her, go in on her, because that's what we want to see. But instead, that didn't happen. So what ended up happening was the fans are now criticizing Saint because they're saying, bro, like, why weren't you treating the girl like the 304 she is? And then Saint's like, well, why y'all getting mad at me? I mean, she wasn't mean to me. She wasn't mad at me. No, Saint, you got to understand. You built this fan. These are your fan base. You grifted using Fresh and Fit and all this red pill shit. So, of course, the fan base you've built are expecting you, whenever you're dealing with a woman, to be confrontational. That's what they're expecting you to do. The reason why they're expecting you to do that is because that's what they subscribe to you for. So then when they see you with a woman with clear red flags and you don't do the thing they subscribe to you for, then they call you out. And then when they call you out, the last thing you want to do is call them stupid, because now you're putting yourself on the same path that Fresh and Fit put themselves on, where their fans start calling them out on factual shit, and then you start to basically deny reality like a little bitch. Okay, so they got a point. If you're going to be molded or grow yourself in this fan base, all right, of a bunch of pill poppers yelling and screaming at women and whatnot, that's who you are. That's who you are now. You're that guy. You can, no matter what you do or say, you can't change from that. So whenever they see your interaction with women, you got to be sassy with them. All right, they want you to pull the assassin on them, right? That's what they want you to do. The assassin sassy, bruh. They need to see the attitude. Otherwise, they're going to start looking at you funny. It's the same thing with Fresh and Fit. All right, listen, it's like all of a sudden Myron one day stops yelling at women. All right. Do you think that show is going to survive? No, bro. So it's funny that you're clowning your fans now for noticing the fact that you called them out for calling you out for not doing what they subscribe to you to do. It's just hilarious. This is what happens with all this shit, this quick clout game. When you build up the wrong fan base, okay, it comes back to bite you in the ass. That's essentially what it is.
Do nothing. You speak negativity that falls on deaf ears. She's not going to change anything because she's already stopped dancing. That's number one. Number two, if you're trying to change her story, her narrative, stories, especially the ones that make us feel good or look good, they're religious in nature. It's like trying to convince a Muslim that Muhammad did not hear directly from God. It's like trying to convince a Christian that Jesus did not decide to, sacrifice his life for the sins of all of mankind. These are stories that have absolutely no physical evidence in reality, but people will tell you that there is physical evidence and that is conclusive.
What? Are you high? There's absolute actual evidence that Jesus Christ lived and died. Like, that's actually the one thing you cannot deny. There's actually documented proof that he lived and died. Now, we don't know if he actually, like, those miracles and whatnot, we don't know for sure if that was a thing. But, like, the fact that he was alive, he did what he said he did, and the people were followed him, and it was documented after he died, bro. They even documented the disciples leaving his side the moment he got arrested, right? Bro, it's all documented. So for this sophisticated moron to sit there and say, yeah, you know what? I mean, there's no evidence for all these anything, all this sophisticated. No, there's no evidence of it ever happening, bro. Listen, you got to read up on your but here's the thing, he's competing against religion, so it makes sense why he goes against religious ideology. Even Christianity and Islam, he's saying, oh, there's no evidence for both, right? Why? Because he's trying to preach his own little whatever religion he's going on. Pay attention to the culthood he's doing. There's obvious evidence that Jesus Christ existed and died, bro. Like, this is insane.
Stories don't require logic. They rely on emotion and feelings, and that is what rules in most human beings, especially the human female. So in as much as that's the case, you'd be a fool to think that you're going to tear away a narrative that makes her feel okay about what she's done in the past to survive, even if it was despicable. She has a story that protects her psyche and ego. So you're just a fool who is a little angry man who sees something in her that makes you feel angry or insecure, and you feel
angry and insecure enough to deny that literally Jesus existed. Bro, that's the most insecure thing I have ever heard, right? To sit there and say, bro, you're crazy. You're fucking nuts. This guy's a whole ass weirdo, bro. Like, who isn't that like some antichrist type shit? Yo, chat, isn't that what that is? If you're antichrist, you're basically denying Christ, right? So his religion or whatever the saint is trying to put on is just so you know, y'all a bunch of antichrists. That's insane, bro.
You want to verbally chastise her. That's what that is. Now, if it was in a different context, like it was on Fresh and Fit's show, where it's designed around drama, conflict, and things like that, then yes, it would make perfect sense to confront her. But this format is interview format. You see, it's like a celebrity interview kind of situation. You bring them on, you have a conversation with them, you download their experiences, and to download their experiences, they must be in a state of comfort. They mustn't be defensive. It's an interview. Now, you understand the difference between an interview and a dating show, or an interview and a debate, or an interview and something else, okay? So the thing that intelligent, rational people with social IQ have, with EQ, they're able to understand context, you see? For example, if you were here in front of me and, you say something I don't like, if we're in a ghetto in private, yeah, maybe I'll sock you out.
What the? That doesn't seem very emotionally intelligent of you to do. What? That doesn't seem emotionally intelligent at all, bro. Like, here's this fucking hypocrite sitting there saying, "Listen, bro, how dare you criticize me for not doing what I grifted on doing?" Okay, I mean, just say this. You must be stupid. You must not have the emotional wherewithal capacity to understand the emotional interpersonal communication skills of what I'm actually trying to do here. All right? And honestly, you don't to the point you don't understand the sophistication. If we were in the ghetto or some less than stellar situation, I might just suck you in the mouth because I'm emotionally mature. I got EQ, bro. My EQ's up here. If you said this shit to my face, I'll punch you. Bro, that doesn't sound like you can have control over yourself or your emotions. Matter of fact, you don't even have control over your thoughts if that's the route you're going to go. It don't matter what scenario you're in, ghetto or not. If you got enough tolerance and emotional intelligence, you're not going to sock a guy in the face for calling you out for not doing what you were supposed to do and what they subscribed to you for doing, bro. You went straight to violence. The fact that you went straight to violence, you're not emotionally mature. So this whole pretentious word salad doesn't make any sense, bro. Shout out to I Don't Play Games with the 5. I Don't Play Games says Marquaad is a house ninja. Yeah. He likes to give men chocolates. Yeah. A light-skinned man. He likes some light-skinned, bro. Light-skinned and shirtless like Andrew Tate. There you go. Shout out to I Don't Play Games again with the 5 says, didn't Tree of Logic expose Andrew Wilson and his wife? I think she did. Shout out to M. Dot with the 5. M. Dot says, has Marquaad ever explained how to create NFTs from command line? Nah, he hasn't. I don't think he ever will. I don't even think he knows what NFTs are at this point. He claims that he did an explanation at a university, but honestly, you know what he's reminding me of? Terrence Howard. No, not Discount Harris, Terrence Howard on Fresh and Fit. No, the actual Terrence Howard that we reacted to a long time ago. He's actually a psycho. Like, this guy believes he invented math. That's how crazy Terrence Howard is. But I won't be surprised that's how highly sus Marquaad thinks of himself. To even picture yourself to be the greatest technologist of the era all because of a white label app you bought the license to from a company somewhere, bro. Like, you're losing me. Your ego's out of this world. That's what it tells me, bro. But yeah, we still don't know if he knows what an NFT is, bro. Shout out to Glassy Eyes 12 says fancy way of saying oral. Yeah, he says verbal intercourse. So is he saying? So you're saying that Sus Marquaad, when he said that he wanted to see Myron engage in verbal intercourse with Tariq Nasheed, are you saying that that's what he meant? I knew this nigga was sus. Yo, chat, I'm not gonna hold y'all. I knew he was sus.
But ass.
Even when he debated Destiny, all he was talking about was Destiny's sexuality. Or the other dude, y'all remember the other guy? He was talking about, oh, why is your shirt so low? Why are your shirt so low, bro? Like, he was worried about that nigga's shirt. It was just like, yo, this dude is giving off sauce vibes. Because I'm like, yo, I've never heard that term in my life, oral intercourse, used as a replacement for the term debate. Like, just say they debated. You say instead of debating, they engaged in oral intercourse. I'm sorry. I don't know what kind of event that you talking about, but it sounds like a whole Diddy party, bro. I don't want no part of it. Whatever oral intercourse you planning over there, bro. Just say debate. Why you again? Part of me thinks he was trying to sound so fancy. He was, he's all John Hopkins and shit, Mr. John Hopkins, UC Berkeley bullshit ass nigga, right? He's trying to sound all high-minded, talking about oral intercourse. Yes, we have to engage in the intercourse of oral. Yes, just like, bruh, just say debate. Oral intercourse is not an actual word. Matter of fact, do you want to see Myron give head to Tariq? Nigga, is that your fantasy? Because I wouldn't be surprised.
But ass.
Yo, shout out to Tony with the $10 super chat. Big dub for the Tony. For Tony with the W comment. It says, sup fam, I remember you did a live stream with a Yende and Kevin called a Yende K. And Kevin challenged QB to a cold approach competition for $1,000 to Vegas. Will he ever accept it? Bruh, the dude took too long even accepting my challenge. And I was like, whatever, bro, I'm not even worth it. And then it was just like, I realized it was something about like, because here's what I realized. There's a subsection of Alex's fans, right, that I think are legitimate incels. Like these dudes that are around his channel, they're legitimate incels. There's been a couple of them that have been on his channel on them dating shows, and they did absolute piss poor. There was even a guy up there that couldn't even afford a fucking phone, bro. Think about that. He out here doing YouTube videos, but still can't afford a cell phone plan. Make it make sense. There was another dude, I didn't know what the fuck was going on, but kudos to him. He actually showed up. What was his name? The guy was talking about gonial angles and shit. Y'all remember him? I forgot what his name was. But he actually pulled up, so shout out to him. But QB, whatever, bro. That was a weirdo. Yeah. But he'll do it. He's not gonna win. He doesn't have it, bro. They don't have it.
But if we're in church, maybe I'll just let it go. If we're in the business setting, maybe I'll report it to HR. If we're in a boxing gym, I'll ask you to spar and then I'll brutalize you, even after the bell rings, because no one's going to do anything. So context matters. You've just been educated on the importance of context and thinking. You're using emotions right now, and that's why you don't understand, because you don't really want to understand. And I say that not to you, but to all of the persons who are on that line of thinking. Like, how silly is it to think that you can compare me interviewing a woman one-on-one, a woman who came to me to be heard? How is that similar to a random bimbo on a dating panel that's organized around chaos? The highlight of that show is when a chick gets kicked off. The highlight of my interviews is the epiphany moment. Do you understand the difference?
No, they don't. All they see is you talking to a woman, and they say, why aren't you screaming at her like you did on Fresh and Fit? You try to say, well, the women are Fresh and Fit. We just, the main appeal is just to have them get kicked out, right? But the women I invite on my show, no, I don't want to do that, because I actually need views. I need the views. I don't want to do that at all. Bro, why are you getting mad at them? You think these fans are going to know the difference? To them, they're just women. That's it, right? That's all it is. So to them, what's the difference between the girl you interview on your show versus the girls that show up on Fresh and Fit? They're still women. I mean, you sometimes bring out OnlyFans girls on the show and you try to humiliate them. That's what they want, bro. So you clowning your fans for holding you accountable, for not holding that woman accountable for the bullshit she said, it makes you a hypocrite. So you try to say, well, no, me on Fresh and Fit is a different me. But me on my show, it's a more thought-provoking me. Y'all see, y'all got to understand, you're getting a different side to me. You get a different angle to sus. Okay, I'm not giving you the kick out cams like Fresh and Fit does. So, I mean, now he's admitting what we all know, and we've been screaming for this long, even though he's Fresh and Fit's friend, that all these guys do, the highlight of the shows are the women. Thank you for admitting that, Saint. We'll take our pat on the backs. Okay, listen, you can't get mad at them. Okay, you got to understand, the audience you built, they want to see that raunchy Jerry Springer bullshit.
So if you would like to see that, I invite you to go to Fresh and Fit Podcast and watch that. But you have to understand that this is not that. This is not that. And those are good friends. I recommend go check out their podcast, subscribe, click the bell, watch the show. It's a good show. It's an entertaining show. Do you guys understand that? Do you understand that? Probably not, but I tried. Thank you for that. Jesus Christ, emotionalism. Shout out to Charlie, sends in tuition by Venmo. I appreciate you. May I also acknowledge Jason, sends in tuition. And I also acknowledge Quincy. He writes, common sense isn't common anymore. I don't know if it ever was common. I think maybe people meant to use the word reason. Maybe they meant to use reason. But common sense, I don't know that it was ever common. There's always been a significant portion of the human population that's been largely brainless. And also, I would also like to let you guys know something, because so many of you grow up, you have fake friends on the video games you play online, and as a result, you don't know how to interact with people. You don't know how to build real relationships and friendships. One thing that Nipsey said, and there are meaningful values among gangsters of every stripe. He said, if I'm out somewhere with my people, I might pop off a melee. You hear me? I might start a melee. And if I'm wrong, keep it silent till we get back to the neighborhood. Don't tell me in public that I'm wrong. Have a conversation with me, and then I might be like, yeah, you're right. And you might have to tell me, hey, you're wrong. You're about to crash all of us out with that kind of behavior. But in the melee, you fight with me, and you don't speak ill of me in the public. You wait till we get home, and then you explain, and then we reason together. A lot of people don't understand the concept of rolling with your team. You understand? That's
Hell the fuck not. What? If I thought you were a sophisticated man. Why are you teaching gangster principles and street ethics to your fans who are supposed to be a top notch? That's the last thing. If your buddy is liable to crash out while y'all in public and start a melee brawl, okay, you first of all, you probably don't want to get involved. Second of all, you probably don't want that guy to be a friend anymore. Who wants a fucking liability as a friend, bro? Where you can go out anywhere and all of a sudden you don't know if this guy gets a couple of drinks in him and then we're all in a bar fight. Like, that's not the person you're gonna keep as a homie for much longer. I don't give a fuck who the fuck you are, bro. If I'm hanging out with you and I go out in public and you out here going crazy and whatnot, nigga, I ain't jumping in. I'm not taking a fucking, bro. Hell no, that ain't, bro. No. Because again, I'm smart enough to put myself around rational people who I expect would not get in a situation like that. Okay, if you're so highly emotional that you can't manage your emotions or feelings or even your alcohol levels, we not hanging out because you're not responsible to me. I know for a fact, if I go out there, we trying to do something, right? You're not going to be responsible. We got to worry about you. And we don't need to do that, right? I don't want to go to a place where I'm going out. First of all, most adults barely go out nowadays, right? Most adults barely even want to hang out with some of their friends. Let's just be real. Like, I mean, you want to go out, but they don't want to go out with someone like that often, right? Again, it's just one of those things where imagine going out, right? Let's say you're an introvert kind of guy, right? Imagine getting dragged out by your friend, and then you go out with your group, and there's that one guy in the group that they invited, and you know for a fact he's liable to crash out, right? You know for a fact your night might just turn up to be the worst thing ever if this guy has the worst kind of combination of drinks in him, right? Again, it's just, why put yourself through that mess? Life is all about peace, right? Avoiding stress. So again, like if you got a friend that crashes, and we used to have that, we don't hang out with them anymore. We don't hang out with guys anymore. You show yourself, you're done. Matter of fact, I've had a guy crash out of the party. Like during that party, I left his ass. At that party, I left his ass. You're not about to make me look stupid. Just like, what you talking about? I don't care. I don't give a fuck. You're not going to make me look stupid, bro. Because then you don't understand. You're the sum of who you hang out with. If I pop in the building with you and you acting crazy and I don't exit myself from the situation, people going to look at me like, yo, that's your man's. That's it. Is that your man's, bro? What, bro? Hell no. What are you talking about? Get out of here.
You didn't play on teams. You play video games. You see, you stick with your team. So, for example, if I shout the Freedom Kev podcast, I appreciate that. May I acknowledge Ancient One as well, supporting the work. Shout out to Shiba, who just became a member as well. So we're trying to get there. And there's the link for the consultation. If folks would like to book that, I'll give you an hour of time to be used as you like. Okay, fantastic. So that was the first message.
He goes over the first message and whatnot. So then he's about to go into Myron's response. Okay, now Myron's response, keep in mind, is going to be the most hilarious thing, because again, the last minutes we just watched of him talking, all of that roundabout, was basically trying to describe the deal he was setting up, comparing himself to Donald Trump, talking about, hey, I'm about to make this deal happen. It's been 3 weeks since that hasn't happened. Okay, so now he's going to go into what Myron said, and once you listen to Myron's response, you understand why this deal is not happening at all. Matter of fact, this whole thing was just a view grab for sus Marquaad. Let's get it.
The first message that I sent him, and then the second message, which was his response, was, I'm not paying him a dime. He has zero clout to be talking. So, this is an interesting thing, because when you're commuting with
right off the bat, of Myron's like, I'm not paying him a dime. I am not paying him a goddamn dime. Okay, so Saint the Sinner, if you're gonna set up this debate, Mr. Deal Maker, all right, I'm not paying that nigga nothing. Okay, because we already know what Tariq's starting point is. Okay, Tariq's starting point is, if you're gonna want a round two, because Myron's the one asking for a round two. If you're gonna want a round two, pay me. That's his starting point, right? And then you go to Myron. Myron's like, I'm not paying him a dime. Right off the bat, there's no deal. There's no deal that can be worked out here. But watch how sus Marquaad tries to convince his stupid audience that he has the powers and the means to make this happen. Watch all this fluff.
Communicating with someone, you really need to be a keen listener and try to understand what they're saying, and more importantly, how they're feeling. So when he says, I'm not paying him a dime, I believe that. I don't think he's just saying that. I think he really is not wanting to give Tariq a penny for any reason. And this would also suggest that, these guys actually don't like each other. In some cases, you watch stuff and it's just WWE, people are pretending to have enmity, but they're really friends behind the scenes. Like, for example, Destiny, the blue-haired guy who does the Brokeback Mountain scenes on his free time, he's actually friends with the folks at Valuetainment. He's actually friends with a lot of these podcast guys who claim to be alpha male and all about Christianity and religion. Well, he's actually friends with them. So there's no enmity. It's fake enmity, right? But this seems to be quite real. He writes,
kind of like your friends with Fresh and Fit. I mean, you claim all these moral values, but your friends who you hang out with, matter of fact, you're actively trying to set a debate with right now, they're a bunch of pieces of shit. They're a bunch of fucking assholes, right? So, I mean, I don't get it, bro. Yeah. What does that make you, the people you hang out with? A bunch of fucking weirdos, huh?
He has zero clout to be talking. And, I think that, in my opinion, I think Myron probably is on the A side of this matchup in terms of, when you put a boxing match together, who's the A side, who's the B side, which is to say, who's going to bring in the bigger numbers in terms of revenue or viewership. And so I do think Myron probably is the A side, but truthfully, I don't know. I haven't taken any data, and the data will always tell you. Tariq has been doing this quite a long time.
Okay, so if you don't know, then you shouldn't be moderating debate. Matter of fact, if you don't know who the A side of this debate is, you probably should be the one hosting this debate. Because if you think Myron is the A side in this, and for those of you guys who know, the A side is basically who brings the more star power, who brings the bigger star power, okay? And I'm gonna ask you guys, hey, chat, I'm asking you guys this question right now. Let's just be honest, okay? Who do you think in a debate between Tariq Nasheed and Myron Gaines, who's the bigger draw? Is it A, Tariq, or B, Myron? Actually, put a 1 for Tariq or put a 2 for Myron Gaines. Okay, that's essentially what Saint the Sinner is saying. So Myron, in his response, would say, I'm not paying him a dime because he has zero clout. So Myron's standpoint is he believes that Tariq Nasheed has zero clout, which is like, bro, you're crazy. That nigga got clout. Matter of fact, I think y'all views are on par, and you have way more subs than he does. It's got to tell you something. That means he has a lot more engaged audience base than you do. Even though he has a smaller fan base, right? Again, I think he's the A-side draw. I might be wrong, chat. Maybe I'm wrong. But I think Tariq's the A-side draw, and with Fresh and Fit and being demonetized and YouTube not really propping them out there, I don't think they're like the A-side draw that Saint the Sinner is claiming here. And honestly, if you just listen to what Saint the Sinner is doing, you could tell he's trying to gloss Myron a little bit, give him a little bit of glaze, because at the end of the day, he's still best friends with him. So when he's hosting a show, he's doing this announcement for reaching out to him. He's got to do a little Myron glazing. All right, he's got to glaze that belly a little bit, let him know, hey, listen, guys, I still think Myron's great, even though we know the truth. I don't think he's the A-side in this situation. Again, I'm not saying Tariq is like super popular, like all the way out there. No. If anything, I think Dr. Umar will take Tariq in certain spots, even though I think Tariq is more legitimate than Dr. Umar, right? But Tariq got clout, bro. The fuck are you talking about? He's got way more clout than Myron Gaines. Even with them having 1 million subscribers, Tariq beats him, bro. Shut the fuck up. You're not a neutral debater. You just disqualified yourself. What's that guy? You're not qualified.
And Tariq has a very loyal following, mostly Black, obviously. And even myself, obviously, a significant portion of my following is Black as well. But I don't know that there's necessarily a ton of overlap. And so I don't think I can really rightly estimate his audience. As part of it might be radio. Part of it might be like, analog in the way they get his content, DVDs, things like that. Could be Facebook based. And so I don't know. But, based on. We are back real time. Shout out to Derek supporting the work. I appreciate that.
Nigga, fix your goddamn internet, bro. you trying to pay for all of these damn bills of a debate between Myron and Tariq Nasheed, and you can't even fix your goddamn internet? Really, bruh?
And just pop a 1 in the chat when we're in real time. Now, also acknowledge the ballers. Shout out to the word injury might not even be the appropriate way, because as long as the man has a mouth to speak, he can conjure up some kind of vengeance if he has a mouth and resources. And so really, in as much as possible, you should do your best to neutralize the threat completely and utterly. And I do want it to be public knowledge. That is always my goal. You dig? Anyways, so I write, I want to host a clean 1 versus 1 on neutral ground. If money was an issue, I wanted to figure out what I could put together for you. I think your position versus his, with rules and no interruptions, would actually move America and the Black people forward and do wonders for removing the stigma of racism and you only insult OF girls during your show. So this is me just speaking from the heart in terms of my true intention and my true interest in this. Frankly, most of the internet stuff that I see, I don't find it to be very interesting. I look at YouTube most of the time and I'm like, word, y'all talking about that again, word.
Bro, that's why you stream almost every single day. Like, you're supposed to be more high value, but then you stream more than me on this platform, which is crazy. It's crazy as fuck, right? But then you're going to turn around and say, oh, YouTube, I look at it as nothing. It's nothing. Stop the fucking cap. YouTube is everything to you. That's why you're willing to give up your bread to go ahead and sponsor a debate, because you're trying to do it for the culture. Stop it, bro. It ain't for the culture. It's for your wallet.
Another reaction video. Oh, word. Another fake debate with no topics. Okay. So this I find to be meaningful. So I spoke from the heart on that. And also, you always want to communicate, well, what is the real upside for someone? I do think that Myron has a PR issue in terms of being associated with white nationalism. And I think there are those who, like Sneeko, who's brainlessly and mindlessly really trying to be invested in that. I don't get the sense that Myron is going as full speed into this kind of a thing. I think he has a lot of associations across the spectrum. And, that's kind of what gives him that greater association with that side of things. And then also, undoubtedly, he runs a very popular show that is really circled around quite controversial content, with women. And, really, he is a smart guy and does a variety of content, but it's not as loud as that content. And so I think this would be a great opportunity to position himself from a marketing standpoint and also from a intellectual standpoint. And so I want to help with that positioning for him. I'd love to see, any one of my friends be better perceived and respected. So
listen to this bullshit. Oh, you're trying to transform Myron's image with this debate? Mr. Expert Negotiator. You're supposed to be the master negotiator of our era. You think that is going to motivate Myron to want to take the deal? Really? No. You think Myron gives a shit about how the internet perceives him and his marketing and how he's marketed with Nick Fuentes, he doesn't give a shit, dude. None of them do. Matter of fact, they're getting freaking canceled because of this shit, right? They don't care about that anymore. They're going full speed into Castle Club and the other bullshit they got going on over there. That's what they're doing now. They're just moving on. Do you think Myron cares about? Hey, you know what? I want to improve my my poll among the black community. Yeah, I want to. This ain't politics no more. They don't give a fuck, right? They're just gonna move the goalpost, and guess what? They're a bunch of weirdo black folks. They're gonna support them too. All right, we see them all over the place, right? They're fanboys of Fresh and Fit right now, okay? And they will do the most racist and weirdest shit. These are the same black folks that'd be okay with a white dude saying the N-word, and then a white, a black guy wearing a KKK mask and doing a Nazi salute. They'll be okay with that because they've seen Myron do it, and they were okay with that. So do you think they honestly care about their image and how they look amongst black people if they accept the debate with Tariq Nasheed? No, that's not how you motivate an idiot like Myron. Guys like Myron who are willing to put themselves and reputation on the line like that, they're motivated by only one other thing: money. That's it. So you saying, hey, from the goodness of my heart, as an expert negotiator, I just want your image to look better, Myron. Okay, because if you take this debate with Tariq Nasheed, it will show how much you're willing to do for the black folks. Okay, it shows what your investment. Like, bro, they don't give a fuck about that. They're not trying to hear that. You already lost. This guy's not an expert negotiator. All right, listen, don't buy his course. He's lying to you.
There you go. So M replies, and mind you, he'll have to give me forgiveness because I did not ask to share this conversation. I'm trying to read through it before I say certain things. So I don't want to reveal anything sensitive, but I did not ask his permission, so he'll have to give me forgiveness. He writes, he's only saying money now because he knows he'll lose. He has no real presence. And this is a reasonable thought, especially on Myron's side. Tariq's asking for money because, he's scared. And this is something that people do in the real world. Boxing is an apt analogy. You'll look at Canelo Alvarez versus David Benavidez, and there's no doubt that Canelo is asking for huge amounts of money because he's scared of that fade. Benavidez gonna give him the boo back, and Canelo is ducking that smoke. So he said, hey, give me $1 billion and I'll fight him. He's like, bro, nobody makes $1 billion in one fight. Like, why are you saying crazy stuff? Because you don't want to fade up. So that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, just like when you were asking me for the fade, and then I said yes, and then you all of a sudden talking about just fly over there, show me a shot, I'll let you know, I'll call you. It's like, bro, no, that's not how that works. Okay, because now you're always talking about, hey, yo, Myron, you want the smoke with Tariq? Don't worry about it. I'll pay for it. I'll set the whole venue up, bro. How about you put all that energy into the fade that we got going on? All right? Hey, put all that energy into it. All that money you want to spend for the Tariq debate, that's not going to happen. Let's do it for the fade. Hey, I've been training, bro. We've been working on a lot of shit, bro. Look, come on. Let's get in the ring, sus. Let's get in the ring and let's duke it out. How about that, huh? Nah, but instead, you want to put all that money and effort. When a real nigga challenge you to a fight, you're like, oh, what? Huh? What? Who? Where? What's happening? Who? I don't know how to box. What's boxing? Who's trying to box me? Is there a boxing event happening? Stop. Now all of a sudden, hey, listen, I'm willing to pay for everything, bro. Hey, what are we doing? Aren't you the one that wanted to see what I'm saying? It's all selective with these people. It's all selective. All of a sudden, he's like, hey, listen, what Myron is saying is valid. Maybe Tariq Nasheed is scared. Maybe the whole reason why Tariq Nasheed is offering money now is because Tariq Nasheed, wants a way out, like Canelo Alvarez and Benavidez, right? Come on. Stop. Tariq ain't scared of this nigga. He gave him a first time free, and he whooped his ass. He already won. What else is it to be scared of? He already won. If he wanted to do a second one, fine. But he's not going to do it for free, and it's even way more disingenuous than Myron is coming out here saying that Tariq has no clout. That's stupid. Y'all sound retarded as fuck.
So in as much as that's the case, that's a logical position for Myron as a non-objective party in the situation. And I have reached out to Tariq. And one thing I don't perceive in Tariq doesn't strike me as a scared Negro of any sort. He strikes me as an honorable, straightforward businessman, a very savvy businessman, an intellectual, a productive individual. So I don't think that he's scared. He doesn't strike me as a scary person. And undoubtedly, I think on both sides, there's nerves going in, there's emotions going in, and most people never really do anything meaningful, so they don't know what it feels like to be a boxer on fight night. They don't know what it feels like to be in a debate where you can potentially get embarrassed. And so, of course, there's nerves and emotions on both sides for these guys, and they put their brands at risk when they do this kind of thing. They put their self-esteem at risk, and so no doubt both of them have emotions, but I don't think that Tariq is scared, in my opinion. But we also need to hear back from him. He said he wanted a bag. I said, hey, how much is the bag? And I haven't heard back. So we do need to hear back from him. And I trust you guys can assist in that. And then I reply, honestly, I don't know exactly what his requirements are because a friend just told me what he said. But I'm interested to put this together. If you are in, I'll get with him and put a deal together. As of now, I'm looking to put up 100% of the cash, the venue, and the security. So if you are in, we can work out a payment and I can cut you a check, or if you prefer to take rights to the footage, if that's more profitable, we can do that. But I'm all in on putting up the money to make this happen. So I said, hey, money's not an object. Whatever the cost is, I'll put up the cash. You mostly don't get these kinds of situations where people are going to put up the cash. I've only, observed consistently this kind of environment where you're dealing with wealthy guys who are trying to show each other up. Maybe it comes to investing in tech startups or investing in private companies, and there's like some mutual connections and things like that. And like, oh, so-and-so put in that amount. Oh, well, I'll put in this amount. Or you're at a gala and then people are, saying, buying things that they don't, at galas they'll raffle off or they'll.
I find it so interesting. You got all these examples about galas and fancy smancy events and whatnot, but still got to rely on your fans to reach out to Tariq for a debate that you trying to spend all this money on. Really? You still, all these connections you supposedly have, you can't connect it to Tariq and set this up? You relying on your fans to do that? Nigga, they follow you. They're your cult. They got no brains to themselves. They only do what you want them to do. You think they got the balls or the gumption to even figure out how to network to get themselves to Tariq? No way. You don't have a real plan here. You actually don't. All of this talk is for fluff. You actually don't have a real plan here to have this debate happening. This is just for you to flex how much money you got and how much money you're willing to spend. Yo, shout out to Raphael with the 2 says, is sus Marquaad the black Elon Musk? No. Hell no. He's the hell, not even good. Elon Musk is stupid. Don't get me wrong. I think he's a dumbass, bro. Like, he's not. Elon Musk is not smart at all. Listen, we're not even just getting on Tesla itself, but like, he's way smarter than sus Marquaad. Like, light years ahead. Like, Elon Musk is a grifter himself. Like, we've already exposed him on this channel. Yeah, we exposed Elon too. Yo, shout out to Common Sense Skeptic, by the way. Yeah, and we got another video coming too, because that dude is going down. It's not looking good for Elon. But yeah, he's a grifter too, but a bunch of tech bros, they love him, right? That's weird to me. But he ain't the black Elon, because even a grifter like Elon is light years ahead of Saint the Sinner. Guaranteed. The Suave with the 2, shout out to you. The 5 says, piss to the Saint. Yeah. And all of its glory, bro. All of its mighty assassin glory, dog. Shout out to Super Herrera with the 2, says, this is how cults are started. Yeah. Listen to what he says. Chat, it's crazy.
Say, hey, here's a 5-day vacation in Aspen for $30,000, and then like one rich guy, oh, $30,000, another guy like $40,000. Now here's the thing: both of those rich guys have their own chalet in Aspen. You hear me? Like, they can go to Aspen, they got their own place, they got friends who got places. They're not even gonna use the 5 days in Aspen. It's just hey, I'm here, all my friends are here, my wife is here. Let's go up, let's get crazy with it. And that's the case where money's not an issue. Mostly money is an issue. And when things have meaning to people, money's not an issue. There's some affairs I've been involved in the Middle East, political affairs, where I've seen guys are like, yeah, whatever it takes. Oh, you need whatever you need, get 100 of them. Guys like, well, I only need 30. Get 100 of them. I believe in this. I believe in you. So this is a situation like that. I think this is meaningful. I believe in it. So I said, hey, I'll put up 100% of the cash, which is to say, tell me how much the check is for you, Myron. I'm going to write that check to you. Tariq, tell me how much the check is for you. I'm going to write that check for you. It's going to come from Marquaad Burton. It's not going to come from anywhere else. It's just like Marquaad Burton is personally going to give you want it in cash? I'll give it to you in cash. You want a check? I'll write a check. You want a wire transfer? Whatever you want, just tell me the amount and I'm going to give you the money. And so that's the way I put it to Myron, the same way I put it to Tariq. And Myron replies, I appreciate it. I wanted to host it on Fresh and Fit. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense for me business-wise. So that's him saying,
no, that's him saying, hell, give you, Saint, the sinner, the opportunity to host a debate like this? Nigga, we ain't stupid. Hell nah, your bald-headed ass can't host this shit. It's going to be fresh and fit or nothing. So here's the second part where you guys start to realize, yeah, this debate's not happening. It's not going to happen at all. Because Mr. Expert negotiator over here, you're running up against, like, this guy, he's not coming from a reasonable perspective, right? Myron is not coming from a reasonable stance. First of all, he's saying, hey, I'm not going to pay Tariq Nasheed, right? But not only am I not going to pay Tariq Nasheed, he's going to have to come to my studio to debate me. Someone like Tariq, is he going to take that deal? Now, think about it. You're Tariq Nasheed. You debated Myron for free. You spanked his ass, all right? Now he's asking, he's running around on Twitter talking shit, saying, hey, I want a rematch, run it back, run the play back. We want a rematch, right? And then you're saying, okay, fine. Since I already spanked your ass, the next one you got to have to pay for it. If you really want the ass whooping that bad, you're going to have to pay for it. But then the guy comes in and says, no. Not only am I not going to pay you, but you're going to fly over to my studio and then you're going to debate me on my terms. I'm sorry, Saint the Sinner. I don't know what pipe dream you had that this debate's going to happen. But if that's Myron's starting point, even if you wanted to, if you could reach out to Tariq, ain't no way Tariq is going to take any of that anyway. And honestly, Myron literally just ripped this wind out of your sails, right? Because he's basically saying he knew what you were trying to do. Talk about, I'm going to host it. I'm going to take 100% of the cost. They knew exactly what it is. Because if you're hosting it and you're flipping or footing 100% of the bill, meaning all the clout revenue that will be generated, and it will be a lot because everyone will be watching and it will end up on the blogs. And you know that, okay? All that clout and revenue will go to you. And then you will be the hegemon for the whole thing, or the supreme commander or leader of the whole debate or organizer of the whole thing, right? That would be you. So Myron knew that. Again, Myron's been in the game. He's not stupid. He says, no, my assassin, say whatever the fuck you are. I know you think we're friends, but we're not friends, nigga. It's money first. You think we're going to host it at your studio? No. It's fresh and fit or nothing. Hey, that's your wake-up call, bro. Out of the goodness of my heart, no, bro, it ain't. The Saint the City, you know what the fuck you were going to do. And Myron knew exactly what was going on. And he said, nah, it's got to be on my platform. Chat, there's no debate happening here. But let's watch how Marquaad tries to weasel his way around this. Spoiler, he actually doesn't. But the method he describes to try to educate his fans and how he weaseled out of it was hilarious. Like, this guy is completely delusional.
And mind you, I said not only would I do the cash, I'd also do the venue. And of course, we're going to have to make sure the venue is appropriate. I'd also do the security. And then Myron basically says, hey, I want to host it on Fresh and Fit. Otherwise, it wouldn't make business sense. Okay, or it wouldn't make sense for him business-wise. Now, this is completely reasonable. And here's the importance of being reasonable. You see, number one, people often have delusions about who they are, delusions about their position in the marketplace, delusions about their own power, delusions about their influence, delusions about what they can get done. It's just extraordinary. I can't tell you how often I get the most silly messages someone will say to me. They'll DM me and say, hey, Marquaad, I got an offer for you. You don't have an offer for me. You have an offer for you. You don't have an offer for me. I don't need anything from you. I don't want anything from you. I don't even know you. Who are you? You got 100 followers on Instagram. You don't have any business experience. You're a young punk kid. You've probably never been outside of the city that you're from. You don't have an offer for me, you goofball. You're like literally wasted my eyes to take 3 seconds to read these words. You don't have an offer for me. You're completely delusional. You have a request of me. You don't have an offer. You have a request. You're going to ask me for money. You're going to ask me for a favor. You don't have an offer. You're a nutcase. Really. You're a delusional nutcase.
The hilarious part of it is he doesn't see the irony. He doesn't see the irony at all, bro. Nigga, you're delusional in thinking based off of what Myron just told you that this debate is going to still happen. You're delusional. It's not happening.
It just annoys me so much. It happens all the time. I'm just like, what are you guys thinking? Like, why do you think as an inexperienced, uneducated, 25-year-old kid, you have an offer for me? You don't have an offer for me. You don't even have an offer for your girlfriend. You hear me? Yeah, whatever random dim-witted broad you're dating, you don't even have an offer for her. How you got an offer for me? You're imbecile. Happens that much. You can see I'm kind of disgusted and annoyed. Anyways, so he says he wanted to host it on Fresh and Fit. That makes perfect sense. You know, he's at the center of this. I'm not at the center of this. So as a reasonable man, I said, oh yeah, that makes perfect. I'm thinking, yeah, that makes perfect sense. That's a reasonable statement. You want to host it on FNF? I wouldn't be surprised if Tariq wants to host it in his location. It's completely reasonable. Now, it's not necessarily fair in as much as, you know, well, why do you get to host it at FNF as opposed to Tariq getting to host it at, you know, his location? Look at the silliness. And where's the debate? So you thought this was the debate? Did you not read the title? The title reads, "Giving Updates, Putting the Deal Together."
Nah, the reason why he's relegated to giving updates because he knows for a fact there is no debate, especially with Myron's starting point. Let's just be honest. If Myron lost a debate, but then is trying to do a rematch, and then the guy he lost to is saying, okay, the next time you get this rematch, you gotta pay me. And he's saying, not only am I not gonna pay you, but you have to spend money to fly over to me to debate me for a second time. Nobody's taking that deal, especially if you're already a winner. Who the fuck is doing that? Nobody is doing that. So again, you're giving updates on a debate that's not gonna happen. I don't know why you clowning that dude, bro. Because where is the debate? Why are we even doing the stream? Like, why are you doing the stream? Huh? If there's no active deal being done, you never heard back from nigga, and you just out here talking about your all you're doing is exposing your text messages between you and Myron back and forth. That's all you did, bro. There's no debate happening.
Like I'm clickbaiting because you can't read. I'm clickbaiting because you don't have literacy skills.
Oh
the title
shit!
Literally reads, "Giving."
I don't play games, nigga. That was you. Oh my god. That nigga was just here. Nigga, you everywhere, bruh. Like, oh my goodness. I don't play games. I just saw the top of that. You know, I was editing this video and I had no idea that was you. That's crazy. Yo, shit. Hey, let's get a dub in the chat for I don't play games. Can we get a dub in the chat from Brody over here? That's him right there Sus is reacting to. I had no idea. Yo, that's hilarious.
Updates, putting the deal together. The title actually says that. It's not clickbait, goofball. That's you not having reading skills. That's you not being able to read. That's your mother being on welfare and not investing the extra money you needed for tutoring. You needed after-school tutoring on English, and she didn't have the extra money. What she should have done is went to the parking lot of Food for Less. This is what my mom used to do. Go to the parking lot of Food for Less, find somebody that looks a bit grimy when they're getting out of their car to go into Food for Less and say, hey, I'll sell you my extra food stamps. And it's usually like a 2-for-1, right? Like, you know, 2 food stamps for every $1 cash. She could have taken that cash and got you some tutoring in English so that you could learn how to freaking read, my boy. Come on, man. It's ridiculous. And see, this is why I don't like coming on the internet, because in my real life, I don't have to talk to people like that.
But here you are talking to people on the internet like that. Bro, I don't play games. Like, he mad. You got him big mad right now. He big mad over that comment, dog.
I don't have to talk to people like that. I mean, let's be real. We don't eat at the same restaurants. We don't live in the same neighborhood. We don't drive the same cars. So I don't have to talk to people like this. That's why it annoys me to have to be around this kind of foolishness. I haven't been around this kind of foolishness since I was like 17, really.
He's still talking about it. I don't play games. He mad as fuck right now, bro.
Since I was like 17. Anyways. So he says that he wants to host it on FNF. Makes sense. And he writes, otherwise it doesn't make business sense for me. Okay, cool. He's being straightforward, and I appreciate that. I can work with that. I cannot work with people lying. I cannot work with people being evasive. I can work with, he says, hey, I want to host it at my venue. I want the money. Cool. We can work with that. Because I'm actually not in it for the money, right? So that doesn't even matter to me.
Stop. Who honestly believes that? Who honestly believes you didn't do this strictly because of the potential earnings you can get for your channel and your pockets? You absolutely did this for the money. That's the whole reason why Myron is trying to rip the wind out of your sails right now and say, nah, bro, if this is going to go down, it's not going down on your platform. It's going down on our platform, because we know the real value of having Tariq on our platform to debate. Nigga, we don't need you and your weird ass security. Okay, Saint the Sinner, if this wasn't clear enough, allow me to be clear. This is Myron letting you know you're useless in the grand scheme of things. Okay, so at the end of the day, you might think Fresh and Fit are your friends. You thought they were your friends. They're not your friends, bro. They care about the money. Okay, so Myron looking you in the face, knowing exactly what you're trying to do, because he's not stupid. He can read between the lines just like any other person who's on that kind of timing too. Okay, they can read between the lines. They know exactly what you're angling for. And the fact that he said, nah, it's going to happen on my platform, not yours. He's not your friend, and he knows he knows the big money at stake. So you say, I'm not doing this for the money, Jared. Hey, guys, I'm not doing this for the money. I really just want to see. I want to do it for the culture. That's what it is. That's the whole reason I'm doing it. It's for the culture, bro. It's a clout. Let's just be honest. It's a clout. And again, Myron is not in a position to make those demands. He's the loser. He lost. He can't come out there and demand all of this shit. The upside is Tariq's right now. He can demand money. He can demand or dictate where the debate happens, because not only is he the A side, but he won the last impromptu debate. Just being honest with you. So who the fuck is Myron to come out here and demand this? And who the hell are you, Saint, to sit there and think you can actually put a deal together based off of that?
I'm being transparent. My stated interest is I actually think this is important, and I want to host and facilitate the conversation so it happens in a way that it can be important. I'm willing to put up the cash, not confident that I'll make any significant percentage of it back. And I'm not putting upper limits on it. I didn't say, tell me how much tell me how much I can cut a check for, but it can't be any more than 10,000. I didn't say that, right? So when he says, hey, he wants to be on the money side, cool, take the money side. Like, I don't want the money side. I just want to be the moderator. That's it. So that's a reasonable request. And more importantly, he is in a power position to make such a request, as is Tariq is in a power position to make such a request. I'm just operating as a broker, which I've done before. It's not my favorite position, but I've operated as a broker before. So anyways, I clarify. When I speak, I usually bullet point there, or I'll enumerate things like 1.1, 0.2, 0.3, because businessmen like to be accurate. We don't like to miss points. We need to be detail oriented. So I'll enumerate things out to make sure that we hit every point so we can get a good deal done. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and take a pause for the cause. I'll give people some time to support the work, because this kind of education you don't get anywhere. You will not find anywhere else on YouTube where people break down how to create a deal, how to understand the negotiation process, why to have confidence in it, how to know your position within the hierarchy. So you
monumental hypocrite. You know what he just said? He's about to give and literally legit, he actually gives a pause in the stream so the Assassin fans can donate to the platform, right? That's what he does. He actually takes a break. That's how brainwashed he is. I told y'all tuition was going up for y'all. I told y'all. He's like, hey, listen, hey, I'm gonna give y'all some time, okay? After I done give y'all this facts, okay? Now y'all have to pay up. Because listen, I mean, what other platform? What other platform are you gonna get this value for free? Huh? So go ahead. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of time as my loyal Saint fans to come to your senses and pay up to your cult leader. Okay? That's the only chance we're gonna give you. Because honestly, I'm Saint, baby. I don't have to do this, but I'm doing it out of the goodness of my heart. And there's nowhere else you're going to get this kind of value from. Okay. So I'm going to give you some time to really think about it. And by think about it, I mean, go ahead and submit your tuition. Okay. Because tuition is going up, bro. You're psycho. You're crazy. This is insane. You haven't given any value, bro. We're sitting here watching this for almost an hour and 41 minutes, and you haven't given us a value. All you've said is how you reached out to Myron, and Myron said, I'm not debating the nigga until he either shows up on my platform or I don't pay him. You're losing from that standpoint. You haven't proven anything, bro. Joe, chat, I'm actually confused. I'm actually confused. Did y'all learn a lesson here from what you all heard from this nigga saying? I didn't learn anything. I don't know what he's trying to teach. I have no idea what he's teaching right now, but somehow he's going to turn it into something. He's going to turn it into something. Bro, pay attention. This guy is a cult leader, okay? You listen to what he says, and he's leading a cult more than teaching life lessons.
Can actually pull off the deal. And then also, what's the long-term benefit? Because everyone has their own self-interest. There's nowhere else you can go to get this knowledge. Why? Because most of the people don't know. Because the YouTubers that are on YouTube, they've not done anything but YouTube. Their name doesn't matter anywhere else other than YouTube to a bunch of punk kids. You're not going to find anybody over 40 with money that knows these people. You're not going to find any significant political, politicians that know these people. So I'll give you guys some time to support the work. Especially, I want to see one new person that's never supported. I don't even care if it's $15.
The nigga just just leaves. The nigga just leaves, bro. I don't care if y'all so. Hey, I want to see one new Saint give me $15. Hey, that's the bare minimum. All right. Hey, listen, tuition. Hey, I know. Before it was $5, now it's $15. The tuition going up. We not playing with y'all out here. Okay, y'all Sasson fans. Y'all gotta pony up. I need y'all that never donated before. I need to see $15, bro. Yep, that's 1.5. I need to see that in the super chat. Hit the Cash App or Venmo right now, bro. You see how much they beg? What? You see how much they beg for super chats? I have never seen this in my life. Like, imagine if I just get. I have not once throughout this whole live stream even said anything about asking you guys to donate. The fact that you guys are donating, shout out to you. I'm still surprised y'all giving money to a nigga talking shit. That's crazy to me. Like, it is what the fuck it is. I'll take it either way. But like, you see how these guys who claim they don't need your money, they don't need anything for you. You see how every other second they're saying, "Oh yeah, go ahead and hit the Cash App." Yeah, yeah, go hit the Cash App right now, bro. Hey, I don't want to see nothing less than $15. Matter of fact, we stopping the stream. Wait. It's $2, huh? What is it, $1.49? That's all you can give me? Really? That's the whole donation I'm getting right now? $1.49, y'all cheap motherfuckers. I need more money. I need $15 right now. You sit there asking all that money, like, bro, really? I see how y'all move. It's not surprising to anybody, bro. Y'all a bunch of jokers, but you come out here pretending I'm a millionaire. See, this is why I ask y'all. I say, listen, if y'all really want to know how much this nigga got, okay, we y'all say Duke, how you so confident this nigga's not a millionaire? Because a millionaire is not doing this on YouTube. I'm sorry, chat. A millionaire don't do this shit on YouTube. Name a millionaire coming out here and say, "Hey, listen, y'all gotta hit the Cash App, bro. I ain't gonna hold y'all. y'all gotta donate at least $15. I want to see somebody who's never donated before. All right, because I'm getting you free shit. I need about $15. Millionaires don't do that. Okay, millionaires are busy doing millionaire shit. They're not sitting there. I need $15. They're not stressing over $15 from new watchers on their platforms. Just saying, bro. These guys are scammers. But let's continue.
Shout out to Morency, he's back. He actually has looks like more complaints. This is curious. He writes, "Why isn't telling a woman she hates men not as much of an insult as telling men?" Oh, okay, so he's done with the complaints. That's good. Okay, he says, "Why isn't telling a woman she hates men?" Right, number one, when you say host it, you were just talking about the live stream rights or and the content rights. So I'm just trying to figure out when he says host it, is he saying that he just wants it to go live on the Fresh and Fit podcast channel, or does he actually want the venue? Because that's an important consideration, right? Those are two different things. And then number two, I write, or also venue. The number three, I write, there's no upfront cash payment amount that you would prefer. I repeat, there is no upfront cash payment amount that you would prefer, which is to say, like, if you in your head have a sense of like, oh, if I host this thing, if I live stream it on my channel, I'm gonna make $20,000. And so I'm basically saying, if you have a sense of what you think you'll make, like, tell me and I'll cut you a check. Like, I can do that if you would prefer that. So if you're like, hey, I'll make 20,000, 30,000, well, let me know. I'll just write a check for 30,000. I'll just give it to you, and then we'll roll on with what I was proposing. So then he writes, yeah, the content, and I want to do it in Miami, and I won't bend over backward for this guy, which I definitely believe that. He writes, he's not relevant to be making any demands at all. And I truly believe that Myron believes this, and even if he doesn't believe it, Myron doesn't need Tariq. Tariq doesn't need Myron. So I repeat, Myron doesn't need Tariq. Tariq doesn't need Myron.
That's bullshit. Because again, you're acting like without Tariq or without, like, bro. Again, Tariq can go debate anybody. It's still getting more views than what Myron and Fresh got going on right now. Matter of fact, they got a whore Fresh out doing the pop the balloon challenge right now because, I mean, what else you got to do? You got to give views to your channel somehow. I mean, it's fading away. Go ahead and put it on Cancel Club, right? Again, you sitting there trying to claim that, like, Myron's point saying that Tariq doesn't have any, like, audience pull or audience play, and you're siding with Myron, acting like Myron's the one in the Fresh and Fit platform is the one that has all the clout. You're being delusional. Like, this is what delusional sounds like, bro. You're like, again, if you look at the view comparison right now, yo, Fresh and Fit, you guys are not doing so well. You're not doing so good, bro. Even to the point, like, niggas don't even want to talk about y'all because y'all are weird. Like, it's just turning weird and desperate. Okay, Tariq can talk about anything else, and he gets more views than you. That's what it is. Matter of fact, y'all are trying to grift into his space right now, 2024 politics. That's what y'all are doing. Isn't that the whole reason why y'all nice 2 times? You're quitting YouTube, Fresh, Myron. Tariq already been talking about shit like this. All right. Now, again, it's not, and I don't agree with a lot of things that Tariq say. I don't agree with 100% of what he says. Right. But yeah, this is politics. You don't agree with 100% what all these guys say. But it's just one of those things where he still got pulled, bro. So, Saint the Sinner, if Tariq was watching this right now, knowing fully well the value he has within his platform, and he's seen you say, "Oh yeah, Myron, I Myron's kind of right." Myron saying Tariq has no clout, and he's just, maybe Myron has a point, and I actually believe that Myron thinks that Tariq has no clout. You're disingenuous. Like, anybody taking this deal, nobody smart will sit there and say, yeah, that guy who's trying to be moderator and be the hegemon of this whole thing, yeah, this guy is neutral. No one's gonna believe you're neutral, bro. You're digging yourself a bigger hole.
Precisely why I'm here brokering the deal, because neither of these guys need each other. And to understand the position of need in a deal, whether it's romance, business, or otherwise, it's critical. A lot of people don't understand need. That's why when people DM me like, hey, I got an offer for you, I got like a business idea, or I got this, I'm just like, look, I don't need any of this. Like, stop it. Like, I don't need any of this. It's very hard to sell something to someone who doesn't feel like they need anything. And when people don't assess need rightly, or the lack of need, they're about to, they're going to failure very quickly. So realizing that they both don't need anything, that's why I'm saying, well, let me make this easier for you. If you're in your head, you're like, hey, I'm gonna make 20,000 on this, I'll make 30,000. I say, okay, well, would it be easier to make 30,000 where you gotta live stream it, you gotta have your team there, you gotta get your sales on the back end, you gotta do the premium live stream, you gotta transition from this platform over to Rumble, then you gotta do security, and you gotta arrange flights, and you do all that to get your 30,000. I was like, I'll just write you a check for 30,000. So I'm saying, like, let me make this easier for you, which is offering a real value. And that's
no, the real value is having Tariq on their show. That's the real value. They don't need you. Yo, Saint, I don't think you're understanding this. Fresh and Fit don't need you. That's what they're saying right now. You're useless. So you trying to constantly insert yourself into the equation, like you trying to make a deal here and not putting yourself forward at the head of this whole thing, like they don't know what the fuck you're trying to do. Stop it. This is delusional. Like, stop this madness, bro. Like, they know exactly what's going on. Like, it would be huge. So of course Myron would want it on his platform. Nigga, who the fuck are you? 30 bands? They'll make way more with their kind of reach. I mean, why have them go on a platform that no one knows, hosted by somebody that barely anyone knows, like you, Saint? I mean, you only got 135,000 subscribers, right, on your main platform, and that still doesn't do consistent views. So why would they risk something as big as Saint? What do we call? Byron versus Tariq Nasheed. Why would they risk that on Saint the Sinner's platform? It would make more sense to be on Fresh and Fit's platform or Tariq Nasheed's platform. But again, you don't even have Tariq Nasheed's contact info. So Myron wants it on his platform. Actually, it makes more sense for it to be on their platform because the reach potential is higher than yours. You get that, buddy? No matter which way you spin it, Seth Marquaad, you're the junior partner. You're not the big dog in here. You're not equal to these guys. No, even though Fresh and Fit, their viewership are going down, they're still better than you, bro. It is what it is. So you're the junior partner here, and you're desperately trying to put this together and put yourself ahead of it like you're one of the senior guys. Oh, no, you're not. You're a junior partner, if not just one of these interns that managed to bring a bunch of people together, like that solo titty 84 with Fresh and Fit's original exception, right? You remember that, right? You're just insignificant. So if you can't take the hint right now, Mr. Corporate Guy, that these guys don't need you and you're useless, I don't know how you made it this far in corporate, bro.
What you want to do in business is you want to offer a real value to people, especially people when you're doing deals at the premium level where people don't need money. It's fun to make money, but they don't need money. They're going to walk away from a deal quickly unless it has some religious, spiritual, emotional, or psychological meaning to them, or you're just making it a deal that they can't refuse. Like the money is too easy to say no to. So, my point 3 is there an upfront cash payment that you would prefer? And then he writes, the content. I want to do it in Miami. I'm not going to bend over backward for this guy. He's not relevant enough to be making demands at all. And I think they probably both view each other.
He's saying Tariq Nasheed is not relevant. He's saying Myron is saying Tariq Nasheed is not relevant. You're not. What are we talking about, bro? You're not winning with this. Like he's definitely still relevant, bro.
The same way, which there's real enmity, and that makes for a good conflict, right? Whether it's a fight, a boxing match, a debate, or what have you, like there's sincere enmity there, and that's going to make for a good engagement. It has emotions, and so like that makes it even more interesting beyond the substance of what they're going to discuss. Shout out to the ballers, first baller alert. Shout out to Mugisha. He writes, just captured the black box, and I can't wait for the unlimited amount of game. Indeed, it is a guide for life.
You're an idiot. You're wasting your time. We already in the black box is just just glossing over how inconsistent his life growing up was, right? We can't tell if he was pimping or he was graduating at 16 or if he was a crack baby. Matter of fact, actually, we know that he later admitted that he was a crack baby. So it's a bunch of weird things, okay? But you wasted your money with the black box. Shout out to Super Rare with the 2. Shout out to you, says Tariq poisons black Americans against other blacks. That's what I'm saying. Here's the thing. I see both sides of it, right? Because on one hand, when he launches his wars against like tethers and all those different things, I see exactly where he's coming from, because a lot of people don't understand the mindset, right? Where it's like it's different because the diaspora, the culture is different from the American culture. Even though, we're all black in diaspora, right? Certain times, people in the diaspora have different views of like black Americans here, right? Even just let's just talk about what's that one woman that went viral, that South African girl. She was on Kai Cenat's stream, but then when she was talking about somebody put a comment that she was a black girl, and she was like, I'm not black, I'm brown, and then everybody like black American now hates her, right? Because the reason why is because first of all, you know what you're doing, y'all you're building a name off of the culture. And then, now when it's convenient, you want to deny and separate yourself from the culture. And don't get it twisted. It's not just even foreign born or foreign black people that do this. You get black American, like Asian Doll. Asian Doll does this, right? Even in her name, Asian Doll. I want to stress the fact that she's anything else other than black. A lot of times, people don't like the represent the blackness when it matters, right? That's the weird thing. So I understand the animosity because the diaspora, they take advantage of certain things that's culturally popular for black Americans, but then when it's time to take on certain other traits, they're like, I'm not black, I'm this, right? Like same thing with Fresh and Fit, right? Myron, they'll grift off, they don't have no problems getting black young men to follow them with the rhetoric, right? But then when it's time, and all of a sudden they're like, well, black? No, I'm from Sudan. What? No, I'm an Arab. I'm an Arab from Sudan. I'm not black. What are you talking about? No, it's perfectly cool to do this with Nick Fuentes. You see what I mean? I hope that kind of makes sense. So that's what we're talking about. So you gotta see both ways, right? And then the other side of it is like, not all people from the diaspora see it that way, right? Not all people from the diaspora, like myself, right? I'm Nigerian, but I'm with the diaspora, but I'm not like, black American. But I understand because I grew up in black America, right? For peace sakes, right? I have a citizenship and everything, bro. So it's one of those things where it's like, you grew up in a culture, you understand. So you see how these things work. Because then in America, it's crazy because they don't see me as that guy, he's Nigerian. They say, oh no, he's black. So I've went through the same shit, so I understand the culture. I understand what's going on. So not a lot of people who are first generation really get that. So I get it. It's just again, that's why I say a lot of things with Tariq I don't agree with. But what are you gonna do? People aren't talking to each other no more, and it's really hard to do that nowadays.
Life in this day that we are living. Let's see. So then I respond. I understand your point. I identify some opportunities that should come with the content. I say, so I understand you have defined your business interests in this dealing. I understand your business interests. It's important to let people know, like, I'm listening. I get it. I understand what you need out of this deal. So I let them know, hey, I get your business interests, and I'm letting them know we don't have a conflict of interest. I'm offering cash to make this easier or to get the deal done, but I don't care about the cash. I don't care to write you a check. I don't care to receive the proceeds of the event. My interest is to moderate it. That's my interest. So my interests don't conflict with your interests. We can make sure that your interests are met on the financial side, probably on the hosting and venue side as well. So I make that clear. I get your interests. My interests are not in conflict with yours. Here are my transparent interests. And then I write, obviously Tariq is going to need incentive as well. If you're taking the content and the profits, then it would be reasonable to cut him something, right? So if I'm not putting up all the cash to make this happen, if I'm not going to cash out the whole event, which
AKA you're now made useless, no one needs you,
is not going to happen because you're taking the profits, cool. I'm not going to cash out the whole event. The money side of things is going to be for you. So if you're going to be the one taking all of the money, then you're going to have to cut him in on something, whether you're going to cut him a check or you're going to cut him into streaming rights, which would be reasonable, and it'll definitely be profitable. I don't know if it'll be as profitable as a check I would cut. I don't know, because I don't do ads on my main channel, which is where I have all my subscribers. On the Saint in the Center, 130 something thousand subscribers, tons of millions of views. I don't run a single ad on there, so I don't know what ad revenue actually looks like.
Okay.
But I don't have a sense that you're going to get like 20,000, 30,000 just like that. I don't have a sense that you're going to do that. But anyways, so then I write, we're going to have to cut him something. And my only ask is to moderate. Are you willing to cut him something to make it worth his time?
Nigga, can you even read your own goddamn text? Like, it's funny. You're clowning the last guy for super chatting you, and you couldn't read what he was saying, yet you texted Myron, and you can't even read what you said to him over here.
Okay.
Look at this nigga. Look at him. Can't even read his own words.
In short, in summary, Myron's like, nah. And then he says something else that I'm not going to repeat on here. Just a bit.
All right, so we not taking. We don't know what the fuck. You're lying. You just lying. Yo, shout out to Super Herrera with the 2 says we need black unity across the globe. Listen, we really had a chance way back in the 60s and up, but black unity across the globe in 2024 and in the future, that is not looking good. And this is me being honest. I don't see it happening. Like, we're talking about the diaspora uniting. Don't get me wrong. Like, there's gonna be the support here and there. Like, even with you got Niger right now, you got Chad, you got Burkina Faso, and they're forming this crazy alliance right now across the Sahel belt or the Sahel region. And what they're doing right now is a mutual defense pact. Now, what's unique amongst these countries is they're the ones who are kicking out all these colonial powers, mainly the French, right? So they're kicking out all the French. And what you're seeing right now, because there's a bunch of African countries supposedly rising up against the colonial masters, and now they're kicking out all these white French colonial masters, and you're seeing a massive wave of support from Black Americans here in America. Like, I see that. I'm on top of that. I'm watching the politics down there, and you're seeing a bunch of Black Americans who are in support, because to them it's, they're supporting the idea of Africans, finally shedding off their colonial chains in like real time, and they're able to observe that, right? So you're seeing a bunch of support with that. Now, personally, the one thing I think a lot of African Americans in the West are not understanding about the politics that's going on there is, these guys in the Sahel region and these countries, right? Of course, they're getting independence from French and whatnot, but they're all like military coups. Like, they don't end well. Like, I don't care what anyone said. Military coups don't end well. These guys plan on keeping power for a very long time, and they're shedding one colonial chain and trading it for another one. And that one is Russia. So again, you guys look at the geopolitics is playing into that. But the main crux of what I'm saying is, when it comes down to certain major events like what's happening right now, with just the idea of Africans getting their independence finally, and kicking out all these French troops and whatnot, American troops and whatnot, that's a big support that garners big support from Western culture, Western Black culture, right? So it's a little bit different. But when you're saying this coming together and uniting against one thing, it's not going to happen. I'm just being real. I'm being a realist with you. It's not going to happen. The cultures are just too different, bro. Like Africans are not going to see it the same way as Black Americans are going to see it, and it's just a real. Y'all can hate me. I'm just being honest with it, bro. I've been there. I've walked both sides. I've put one foot in and put the other foot there. I've seen it, bro. You're not gonna see that same eye to eye. It's just not gonna happen. It's a dream, but it's not gonna happen.
Business item. And then I describe, okay, well, you can do this thing. There's so many different ways to do this and make this thing profitable. You can do this, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. These are all revenue streams that don't involve like ad rev, which is like, you get millions of views. Ad rev is good, but without millions of views, it's just all right. So I give somebody, hey, here's some ways to stack up some cheddar like very quickly on this kind of event for you, Myron, not for me, not for Tariq. This for you. Okay, so then Myron reiterates his position on what his non-negotiables are, which is good in a business conversation to get that out there. Because if there's certain things that are always going to be constants and not variables, they cannot change. You need those out very quickly because that might end the whole negotiation. And rather than keep babbling, oh, well, we have two parties that are not willing to budge on these critical things that are in conflict. Okay, well, there's no deal that can be made. So he restated his non-negotiables, and I think his non-negotiables, we can still do a deal. So then I write, my vision is to do this, this, and this on the financial side, which I think you should do this. Doesn't make me money, makes you money. I said, I think, for some of the ideas I have, your space is too small, which is why I recommended MySpace. And then I, made some comments on like, some personal things. And I said, hey, you're going to have to, if we can get this deal done, you're going to have to give some concessions. Like, I understand your business interests. I understand your two non-negotiables, but what we need to start talking about now is what are the concessions that you're going to give?
There is no concessions. You don't have a deal. Myron is not starting from a place that's logical. It's very emotional. He lost the first debate. Who the fuck is he to demand that he keeps all the revenue, and then on top of that, he hosts the venue at the same time? He's coming from a losing perspective, and you sitting there even entertaining Myron being a little fucking toddler just shows you have zero debate skills whatsoever. And you try to pretend to your audience that all of this is some kind of master plan, proving to them that you got some Trumpian, debate type mastery skills. You're lying to yourself, bro. You're just delusional.
So we can put this together. I also tell them my vision. Like, my vision for this is that we can make this an upscale debate, like really upscale, that the mainstream is talking about this, that CNN has to play this thing, that Fox has to react to this thing, that Tucker Carlson has to do a piece on this thing.
Oh, no. Now you just glazing. Now you just glazing, bro. Hey, listen, I don't know how, I don't care how upscale you make this fucking debate happen. Tucker Carlson is not reacting. Tucker Carlson ain't reacting to a debate hosted by Fresh and Fit. Okay, so you try to say, hey, Myron, listen, I get it. I get it. You wanna host it, and you don't want to pay Tariq, but think about it. This debate might make Fox News. Like Fox News cares about Black people. This thing is retarded, bro. Nigga, you fucking retarded, bro. This nigga really trying to pull that. Hey, listen, I mean, who knows, Byron? If you just walk a lot of things back, this debate is so important. It might make Fox News. You don't know, Tucker Carlson, Twitter. Who knows? Ben Shapiro might react to it. You're fucking delusional. Hey, bro, ain't nobody reacting to Fresh and Fit on that scale. Matter of fact, Fresh and Fit are still struggling, okay, to get Steven Crowder's attention, even though they've been blazing this guy for a month on end, okay? How's that lawsuit going with Not Gay Gerald? I don't know how that's going, but But like, this guy is fucking ridiculous, bro. Talking about Steven Crowder might react to it. You never know. You're delusional, Saint. I hope this video helps you understand that. You need help.
Okay, and then so I basically summarize again. I understand your interests. They are this. I understand your non-negotiables. They are this. And then I write, so are you going to give them streaming rights? And he says, okay, we can do streaming rights. And then he also said, like, hey, here's another aspect that I want to do, which is not necessarily a non-negotiable or a condition. I'm actually not going to tell you what it is. I'll reveal that later because I'm going to have a private conversation, God willing, with Tariq. And so I'll discuss this with Tariq before I share this publicly. So I don't want to break this news now. I want to have this discussion with Tariq. But he said, hey, there's this other thing. And I was like, oh, okay, for sure. And then I say, hey, I can get this done. And then I asked him another question with regard to the secret thing that he mentioned that I'm not going to share right now. And so, I got an offer for Tariq right now, and it's a very reasonable offer. I think the terms and conditions are reasonable, and we want to hear out what Tariq needs on his side to make it happen. And we have all of the necessary things. It's going to be favorable for everyone involved. There's no losing. There's no downside here. We know both of the guys are going to make a good showing. So there's no logical reason that Tariq wouldn't do this deal. I am an objective moderator. They've already debated for free, for $0. They debated and made probably no money at all from it.
There's no reason why Tariq wouldn't take this deal. You just stated the main one. He already did the first one for free. Why would he do the second one for free? Why, especially how good and popular the first one got? Why on earth would he do the second one for free? So you say, oh, well, listen, based on what Myron says and the orders he gave me, I think Tariq, the deal I put on the table for him, there's no way he'll deny it, right? There's no way he'll deny this wonderful deal I have on the table. Bro, the deal you have on the table, the starting point sucks. He's not taking a deal. Tariq wants to be paid. He wants to be paid. He wants the money. He don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. He wants the money, bro. So streaming rights or whatever, he don't care, bro. He'll let you do the debate, whatever it is. Bring on whoever you want to bring on, as long as you pay him. But you sitting here saying, okay, Myron doesn't pay him, so essentially Tariq does this for free, and then he has to pay the money to go to Miami to do the stream on their platform, and Tariq gets nothing out of it. You're delusional. There's no way he's taking this deal. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't understand podcasting and show business. Maybe that's what they're trying to tell me. I don't know. But ain't no way we're taking this deal, bro.
And this is really creating a real opportunity. So I encourage all of you to reach out to Tariq in the most appropriate fashion, whether you come into his next audio live or you come into his YouTube live.
So you don't even have a real plan of reaching out to him. You don't even have a real plan of reaching out to the nigga. So not only do you have an insanely lopsided offer in Myron's favor to bring to Tariq, but you don't even know how to reach Tariq Nasheed. You talk about, hey, y'all who are watching some of y'all assassin fans, hey, how about y'all, if you next time you see Tariq live, go ahead and raid his chat and let him know Saint looking for him. That's essentially what he's saying. Yeah, go ahead and raid Tariq's chat, okay, and let him know Saint's looking for him. Because I know I'm telling you, I'm a master businessman and I can network like crazy and get anybody's info. But I actually don't know how to get in contact with Tariq, especially if I already have his opponent's contact number. So can y'all help me out? Go ahead. If you next time you see Tariq going live, let him know Saint looking for him. I got a question. Tell him to reply to the Twitter post. I sent them a message on Twitter, and it's in the I haven't read category yet. Can y'all let him know to just look out for Saint, bro? This ain't happening. This debate's not happening. This is. I don't know about y'all, chat, but like, if I wanted to hit, I'm gonna tell you this. If I wanted to have a conversation with somebody on my platform, I'm not asking y'all to. Some of y'all could probably go reach out and whatnot, but you've never seen me ask y'all, "Hey, go reach out to so and so. Have them come contact me, and we go from there." No. Either I do it directly, or I know someone that knows them and I can reach out to that person and then connect with them, right? That's just how that works, right? So you see that little 6 degree of separation we talked about there, right? So I don't need to rely on my audience if I want to have somebody high profile coming on my show. I just say, hey, that guy I know hangs out with that guy. Hey, buddy, what's up? Let's reach out, see what he wants to do, right? And oftentimes it happens, right? So again, it's one of those things. It's networking. Right. So, and we've had people on this platform too before, right? Sometimes that we don't even have the network to get that situation happening, but it's one of those things, right? But I hate to assume that the way this guy's talking, he's relying on his fans to go ahead and get the majority of the legwork done for him. You don't have anybody that you know with all that millions of dollars that can tap you in with Tariq. There's something not right. ain't nothing right about this, chat. Nothing right about this at all.
Hey, Marquaad the Saint Center is putting this deal together. He's a real live businessman. He can get this done for you. And I messaged Tariq or talked to Tariq on Twitter. I don't know. I got maybe like 3,000 followers on Twitter. So maybe I look like a random person. On my smaller channel on YouTube, I got like 30,000. Maybe I look like a random person. You can tell him, hey, he has a legitimately sized YouTube channel, 130,000 subscribers. But more importantly, he's done business in the real world. Big deals, serious deals. He's done serious business. He can get this done. So I encourage you all to reach out to him because for some reason he didn't DM me. I trust that he's a very busy guy, and I'm sure he gets the same kind of foolish DMs from random people that I do, but I get this done. Anyways, then we talk about then I always ask people when I do certain types of business, particularly in this YouTube sphere, like, hey, are there any rules? Are there any people you need barred from attending? These kind of things, considerations. Because one thing I would never do to somebody, I never set someone up. I never put someone in an awkward position. And I hope that people always give me the same consideration.
You've done that with not only MLD, but with Destiny as well. You are notorious for putting people who are on your platform debating you in awkward positions. Stop the cap.
Like if I went into a venue and there's somebody there that I consider to be an enemy, I'm gonna turn up. So it's better to not have that person there. So I always give people the same consideration. So yeah, I ask all those questions, which is typical. Like even if I interview someone before we go live, I'll ask them, hey, is there anything you don't want to talk about? Is there any topic we should avoid? Is there anyone's name you don't want to mention? Is there any story you don't want to tell? This is the kind of man I actually am in real life. I engage everybody like this before I go live, every single time. I always want to make them comfortable. I let them know, hey, I'm not here to embarrass you. I'm not here to debate you. I'm not here to put your business on wax. I'm just here to interview you. I'm just here to download your story and present you in the light that you want to be presented in. That's what this is about. And so sometimes people might watch and expect, aha moments or gotcha moments, and it doesn't happen during my interviews. Now, this is different. People might think of when the butt guy had, the guy who likes people playing with his backside. When he joined on the stream, that was at random. And some of y'all are like, is he talking about Tommy Sotomayor, or is he talking about the blue-haired guy that likes the Brokeback Mountain stuff? Like both of them. Neither of them did I set up an interview. They both joined on my stream at random. So the way that they were engaged.
Hey, yo, Tommy, he calling you out, bro. He calling you out, Tommy. He said you a booty lover, bro. Or am I crazy? Did I not just hear what I heard? Did he not just call out Tommy? Listen, bro. That's crazy. Hey, Tommy, we know you. Hey, we know you out there. This is what this nigga just said. He just called you a booty man. Hey, this dude right here,
Butt ass,
is asking for smoke, Tommy. All right, listen, he coming at Destiny, but he already got exposed by Destiny. Okay, he still don't know what an NFT is. But Tommy, he just said you a booty warrior, bro. What you gonna do about that? I know you're not gonna take this line down, Tommy. Pause.
Was differently. They were engaged in a different way. Those were not interviews. They were not scheduled to come on my live stream. Both of them showed up, and then they got, you heard me, they got treated according to my level of respect. It was not an interview. So now you guys understand the difference when I'm doing business with someone versus somebody shows up randomly, and we got to deal with them appropriately. So anyways, I asked those kind of things like, hey, what do we need to do to make this a comfortable environment, a comfortable business deal? And then I asked about technical infrastructure. Anyone who's ever put on an event of any sort, you always got to have your technical infrastructure in order. So I talked about some of that, especially as it relates to making sure that Tariq can, earn well from this and have a good experience.
Bro, again, all of this just points to why Fresh and Fit don't need you, Saint. You're trying to insert yourself in a situation where you're just a little man. You're a little man, bro. You're a junior partner. Like, Fresh and Fit already have the clout on their platform. So if they just wanted to host it on their platforms, they don't need you for anything else. And if Tariq wanted to host it on a neutral platform, Tariq don't need you either. Both of them niggas don't need you. This is just a classic situation of you trying to insert yourself in a scenario where your value is grossly overestimated. You think you have the clout on par with both of these guys, and you don't. You're even being let down by Myron softly with him saying, nah, bro, I get what you're trying to do. Host the whole thing, pay for the whole thing, but the content goes on your platform and channel. No, bro. We gonna shut that down right there. I keep all of it because you're not important, Saint. I hope you understand that. That's what they're telling you. And it's not just me saying, I'm just trying to listen. We're trying to speak reality to you, bro. We're just telling you the truth, right? If they're looking at you, who's supposed to be the mediator, and they're acting like they don't need you, bro. Mr. Junior Partner. You're not as important as you think you are in these YouTube streets. Just accept your faith, bro. It is what it is.
And Fresh and Fit, in my opinion, has only like really maybe this out of the whole YouTube sphere, they're like top two in terms of production quality. Phenomenal setup, really impressive technologically, and so shout out to them and their team. They're a phenomenal team. I really like their team, just as individuals, as people. They have such a good energy over there. I really enjoy being in studio with their team.
So why would they risk it at your studio? They would much rather just be at their studio where they spend hundreds of thousands of dollars already in the infrastructure. They don't need to go to you. No one needs to go to you and your little fucking 10-man assassin team, right? Ain't nobody trying to get protected from by assassins. We already know we screwed. We already know that's what's gonna happen. All right. Fresh and Fit can just host it at their studio, just like they've hosted massive people like Adam 22 and some of these other guys, right? They even hosted Ty Lopez. They don't need you or whatever the hell you're offering, bro. Again, you're a junior partner, so keep that bandage on your lip because I know that shit hurts.
And then the last thing I say is, hey, that makes sense. I'll get the deal together, which is what I do. I'm extremely confident because I've done it so many times on a huge, grand scale. So to do something like this doesn't even like register as like a challenge. It's like, nah, just consider it done. You heard me? This is nothing. This is peanuts. I've done deals with the Chinese Communist Party in Mandarin through a translator. You heard me? Through a translator. If I can do huge deals through a translator, yeah, I can get this done for sure. No problem. Easy work. So
that's not true. The Chinese translator he's talking about, that was back in his Flesh App days. We already exposed that wasn't true. All right. Yeah. The negotiation he did, China never gave him money. We already broke down. Listen, chat, I don't know, like some of y'all, because we got a bunch of new people sub to the channel. Shout out to y'all. I don't think y'all understand, when Duke the channel, when we dig into you, we find everything, right? So when we dig into his companies, ain't nobody from China invested in this clown, bro. He allegedly, right? But a bunch of companies, they got defrauded. They allegedly got defrauded, bro. Matter of fact, they were all like American based. None of them were Chinese based, bro. None of them were, right? So all this little deals he's talking about never happened. He's lying. Okay, yo, like the fact that he's able to fool a bunch of people online with this bullshit story is crazy to me. But no, he did go to it wasn't China, but he did go to I think it was Korea, South Korea, and he was pitching like a deal or something like that, but it didn't go through. No one bought it because again, everyone can tell your company was a white label app. It wasn't anything that was a technological innovation that was the biggest thing of truly of our era. It wasn't like you invented something. You had a white label app. It was a white label app with these niggas strapped to your fucking management team. And by the way, that white boy on the left, his name was Gabe. And then Sus Marquaad tried to start up another company where this nigga Gabe was the CEO of. China knew you were scamming. That's why they didn't buy your shit, nigga. So stop lying. I did business deals in Mandarin with the Chinese Communist Party. You mean you went to China, tried to scam, And they said, no, and that no work. Like, what are we doing, bro? Shut up, bro. I hate this monumental self-glazing he's doing right now. It's kind of weird.
That was a conversation with Myron. So what's the summary? The summary is he's 100%. If the deal doesn't get done, it can only be because either A, Tariq doesn't respond, which I don't think will be the case, or B, Tariq doesn't like the financial side, which I don't think will be the case because he's already done the debate for free, right? He did the debate for free, impromptu. And low-key, it was like Tariq versus like 5 people. Here, it was like him versus 5 people. So he's already done it for free against 5 people. We can make this a good business situation. There's no reason not to run it.
Yeah, why not pay him? If he already did an impromptu debate fighting off him versus 5 other people and still managed to win, why is it that he doesn't get compensated this time? Of course he has the right to demand to get compensated. The last time was an impromptu debate. He's him versus 5 other people. He spanked all of them. And then now the guy he spanked wants a rematch because, you don't ask for a rematch if you won. Let's just be honest. If you won, you get your prize and move along, right? You're not sitting there saying, rematch me, bro. No, why? Unless you're a bully, right? But again, Tariq won. Myron came back and said, no, rematch, dog, rematch. But then, I don't pay you for the second time, and you come on my studio. But Tariq's like, I won, and it was a 1v5, and I won. So if I'm going to do this, y'all need to pay me. No, I'm not paying you. Then we don't have a deal. So what are we talking about? Again, you acting like Myron has any leg to stand on, talking about he's ready to negotiate. It just proves you're not a negotiator. You don't know how to negotiate because Myron's starting point, it's basically a brick wall. You're not going anywhere with that. He can't win. If anything, the upside goes to Tariq. He won the last match. It's like boxing, remember? Right? Like your Canelo, let's just hypothetically speaking, if Canelo and Benavidez got in a fight and Canelo won, and Benavidez comes out and says, I want a rematch. But I get the upside on the money, and then you keep the low side, and then we do it in a state of my choosing. It doesn't make any sense for Benavidez to call the shots because Canelo won the last round. He gets to call the shots if he even wants a rematch. Get it? If Tariq even wants a rematch, that's up to him. I don't get where these guys' logic is coming from, bruh.
Those would be the only possible reasons for it to not succeed. I don't see any other legitimate reasons for it to not go through. All lights are green. So we're going to put this deal together. I think it'll be a very, very good conversation meeting. Okay, let me see what other questions people have. May I acknowledge... Oh, okay, the gentleman's telling me how to pronounce his name. He says, my name is pronounced Dakaya. Thank you for that correction. I appreciate that. And it does matter. It does matter how your name is pronounced. I thank you for that. Dakaya.
Dakaya, you're a monumental cult glazing moron. Shout out to you, by the way.
I'll try my best to remember that. Excuse me. Shout out to you, Chena. He writes, I signed up on Patreon. Not exactly sure how to become a member. If you signed up for a paid account on Patreon, that's a good step. The next step is to attend our new member orientation, which is in the early part of each month. So we'll have one coming up soon. And you'll go through new member orientation. That'll break down everything for you. Master with Knowledge, Travel with Trade writes, I respect the way you are willing to put the money up for the debate. Real bosses pay the cost. Please continue saying pieces of things. Exactly. And, you can tell when someone's not serious when they're asking for discounts or they don't want to pay the real price or they're playing games. I messaged Tariq, hey, what's the number? I messaged Myron, what's the number? I'm ready to get a deal done because, as I said, it's something that as a political entity, as a political activist or a revolutionary, I actually believe that.
What? This nigga said political activist, political revolutionary. I'm done. I'm done. I can't do this, bro. When did a Myron versus Tariq Nasheed become a political activist debate? Bro, shut the fuck up. Shut up. You're like this guy has meant this is cult personality right here. This is what this is. A political activist, bro. You're trying to middleman your way into a debate with two people that got way more clout than you. And then you trying to steal the clout or steal the attention from both those platforms. All right. You don't even have confirmation from the other party yet. While you sit here talking like you're a big man. What are we talking about here? Oh my God. As a political entity, as a political activist. What? Hold on. What the fuck is Brody talking about?
As individuals, as people that have such a good energy over there, I really enjoy being in studio with their team. And then the last thing I say is, hey, that makes sense. I'll get the deal together. Later, yeah, I can get this done for sure. No problem. Easy work. So that was a conversation with Myron. Legitimate reasons for it to not go through. You know, all lights are green. So we're gonna put this deal together. I think it'll be a very, very good conversation meeting. Okay, let me see what other questions people have. May I acknowledge? Oh, okay, the gentleman's telling me how to pronounce his name. He says, my name is also acknowledge travel trade rights. I respect the way you are willing to put the money up for the debate. Real bosses pay the cost. Please continue saying peace and things. Exactly. And, you know, you can tell when someone's not serious when they're asking for discounts or they don't want to pay the real price or they're playing games. You know, I messaged Tariq, hey, what's the number? I messaged Myron, what's the number? Now I'm ready to get a deal done because, as I said, it's something that as a political entity, as a political activist or a revolutionary, I actually believe that this conversation will get people thinking in the right direction. Like, both of them have positions I don't agree with at all. But I think in the middle ground, you know, in that area between them, I think that we can get some positive movement. We can bring some real players to the table. And I think in the residual the conversations that will result from this talk, I think that we'll see a little bit of light. And then just, you know, as an objective moderator, we can make sure everyone's heard and have their position honored. And then, you know, in that summary, like recap at the end, we can kind of, because what I'm about is, you know, how do we build? We might have difference of opinion, but I know that there have to be some things we agree on. And, you know, now that you two guys have put out your positions, which are different, what common action steps could we recommend to this group? What common action steps could we recommend to this group? What are the areas for growth here? I'm a builder. I'm a producer. So, you know, we can wrap in the conversation with that because I know there's some overlap there. And in that overlap, I think, you know, humankind can make progress. Shout out to Carl Yu supporting the work. I also acknowledge Mr. Morency. He writes, why are men expected to give women preferential treatment and respect despite their dramatic fall of morality and general lack of respect for men? That is a holdover from history, and that is a result of the matriarchy.
Of course, it can't be a Saint the Sinner stream without your typical incel question. Okay, why do women think they're better? Huh? Here's Sus Marquaad in his candid response.
Defining culture. And so the greater question, Mr. Morency, for us today is, how do we step outside of that paradigm? How do we do that not only in our individual relationships, but also societally? One thing I stopped doing is, you know, say you're walking down the street, right? You're walking this way and there's like 3 women walking, you know, opposite. I would usually like kind of like step off or step to the side or step into the street and let them pass, right? But then I started thinking, like, if there were 3 men, I'm not going to step into the street and let these 3 dudes pass by. Because if there's 3 guys, my thought is like, well, what makes you somebody I should get out of the way for? When you guys are taking 3 lanes of traffic and I'm taking 1 lane of traffic. So now I just keep walking and like look shorty in the eye, like, yo, you should probably slide to the side. And that's a part of reestablishing the proper order, because
I'm done. Reestablishing the proper order. All right, bro, we're done with this shit. Hey, chat, I don't know. I'm done. 2.5 hours of Sus Marquaad. We out of here. We out of here. Like, what are we talking about? This guy is fucking clearly a tart, bro. Like, he doesn't know what he was talking about. It was a clear question, and then he just pivoted that into, oh, wait, listen, you know, hey, usually when I see women, like 3 women walking down the sidewalk, I would step off and let the women walk. But then I realized if there were dudes, I wouldn't step off for the dudes, so now I don't do it for the bro. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Like, true story, bro. True story. I definitely believe that was a real story. Like, get the fuck out of here with that, bro. M. Dot with the 5 shot to you. M. Dot says, Tariq irrelevant. F and F are projecting hard. Yeah, I think Myron is doing that because he doesn't want to pay. Myron's projecting hard as fuck because pause on that. He's projecting right now because he knows that he doesn't want to pay, but like he got his ass whooped too. So him then saying, "Oh well, I'm not paying Tariq, and you know he ain't got no clout, so I don't know why he's even asking the money." It's projection. It's classic projection, and I don't know even know if he was even supposed to release that info saying on Myron being petty like that. Let's just be honest, because Myron, it didn't make you look good. You lost the debate, bro. Who are you to sit there and bitch to Saint the Sinner of all people that, oh, yeah, who the fuck does he think he has any clout? No one believes that. And honestly, if anything, Saint the Sinner accidentally exposed you, Myron. Why are you out here projecting? You lost. You're a loser. You lost the fucking debate. And you sitting here saying, I want it on my platform. Who the fuck does Tariq think he is? He doesn't have any clout. And guess what? Sus Marquaad was stupid enough to read at least majority of that conversation out loud to us. So now we know you're a little petty butthurst boy. That's what you are. You're over here petty butthurst because you lost the debate and you can't take the L. At least pay the nigga for the second round, bro. I mean, shit. He spanked you so hard after the last one, he didn't even have to pay for dinner. At least make him pay this time, or at least give him the cash for it if you're gonna get another ass whooping. Like, what are you doing? You don't understand, Myron. Sus Marquaad. This is another reason I don't think this deal's happening. Sus Marquaad, you just exposed a conversation that just made Myron look like an idiot. I don't even respect Myron after this. Like, you can't respect this nigga. Like, what? You lost the debate and you're demanding that it happens on your show? Are you crazy? Like, what are we talking about? Shout out to Super Rare with the 2. Super Rare says, I said we need a global unity, need not easy. It's not going to be easy, but like, again, you got to see how, okay, maybe a global unity will happen, but countries in Africa, we got a lot of catching up to do. I'm going to be honest with you, because for global unity to happen, a lot of people in Africa, especially, I can only speak for Nigeria because I'm Nigerian, but Nigerian mindset right now, I'm going to tell you right now, the mindset in Nigeria. The mindset in Nigeria is like, they're hungry. People are hungry. Like, I'm speaking for the average people. I'm not speaking for the rich people. Rich people are fine, right? But the average people are hungry. They're not thinking about the shit that we're worried about here in the States. They're not worried about that. They're figuring out where the next food's going to come from, where the next power is going to come from, because we got rolling blackouts like it's none of you, like it's nothing out here. Like these guys, imagine paying your energy bill, but then you still get rolling blackouts. There's a bunch of problems. We need the infrastructure problem fixed. We need our social problem fixed. All right, but we also need our security problem fixed too. We got like terrorists running the fucking muck around here, right? They can go in and hijack an airport. If that happened in America, bro, you listen. That should be taken care of within the day, right? But it happens in Nigeria, and we pay a ransom to terrorists for taking over airports. But it's not just Nigeria. Again, I speak for Nigeria, but this type of shit happens in every other African country. So if we're going to come together as a diaspora, it's going to be far off in the future where we as countries get the corruption thing to manageable levels. And notice I say manageable levels because you can't completely get rid of corruption. Even just seeing American system and how it operates and see how corrupt a lot of politicians are, as you know, great as America is, it's not perfect. These niggas are corrupt too, right? So that's what I'm saying. If Nigeria or other African nations can manage the corruptions to manageable levels where it's not 100% at the hindrance of the people, right, then yes, we can start thinking about a global diaspora unity coming together and working towards it. But if one mindset is about trying to figure out survival for food, and the other mindset is about something completely different at a different level, we're not coming together, bro. It's got to take time, and Africa needs to catch up. The countries in Africa, we got to catch up to even be on that same wavelength. And and people are gonna hate what I'm saying, but I'm being honest. We just got to be honest with that. If we're not on the same wavelength, how can we vibe together? That doesn't make any sense, right? We're always going to be thinking differently. And, you know, before you know it, Africans that come here and then they get more money will start looking at African Americans differently, and then vice versa. It's just weird, bro. We got to be on the same level for unity to happen. But I see what you're trying to do. I'm just a realist. I'm being real with you, and we could talk fantasy all day. I'm just real with you. It's not going to happen until a bunch of countries are on the same level. Shout out to I'm Victorious with the 5 says, Loki, I want somebody to inform Tariq of Lord Sus Marquard's antics and past scam behaviors so Tariq can expose his ass on his platform. All he's got to do is watch Don Ozzy's video, right? He's got to watch one of the videos. But yeah, like, listen, bro, a lot of people, it's so easy to call this nigga scams. It's not even funny. So if Tariq does take the next debate, yeah, call out Sus Marquard scams like Destiny did. Matter of fact, watch the last video of Destiny calling out Sus Marquard and how he wasn't even able to explain what an NFT is. Matter of fact, all Tariq has to do is ask Sus Marquard what an NFT is, bro. Like, yeah, hey, listen, yeah, sure. Hey, Mr. Moderator, sure. Great. What's an NFT? I heard through a friend that you don't know what an NFT is, bro. Can you explain that? Right? The whole debate stopping right then and there, bro, because that nigga still hasn't explained it till this day. Shout out to Banjo Baby with the 2 says, ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. Facts. Like, again, the sheer kind of entitlement that Sus Marquard has to think that a bunch of like Sus Marquard is a bunch of his followers are gonna go over to Tariq Nasheed whenever he's live and say, hey, Sus Marquard, I want to see you, bro. Hey, Saint got a message for you, bro. Hey, you better go ahead and check your Twitter. Go ahead and check your Twitter, bro. Tariq's not paying attention to that. And the fact that Sus Marquard doesn't have a valid way of reaching out to Tariq just shows you he's not this expert negotiator he's trying to pretend to be. He's a clown. He's a fraud. the fraud, the same old fraud we've been exposing for years now, which is crazy to me, bro. But shout out to you for being here, chat. Y'all let me know what you think. Do you think that Sus Marquard is capable of making this debate happen? Put a 2 in the chat. I personally think he doesn't have the balls to do it, and nor the skills. He doesn't have the balls or the skills. Oh, we got a super chat just in time. Shout out to Civil Rhetoric with the $2 super chat says, first time catching a live, appreciate the content. Salute to you, brother or sister. Appreciate you being here. Shout out to you. And listen, bro, we gonna catch you on the next one. And don't forget, bro, okay, if somebody that does this, okay, is totally proud of it, just know they sus.
But ass.